Welcome back to Dance's End. Looks like the thing didn't do the thing I wanted to do. So up in the top corner it says the wrong thing. It's session 10. Last session, the group, and I know why it did it. I'm such a goober. Last session, the group returned from the well that they went into haphazardly. And when they made it back to Lycoy Manor, there was a new person who had come to speak with the Lord of the Manor, Lord Tremere, a dwarf, um, shield maiden from Blackspear, who sought aid from Lord Sanctioned to assist her in entering into a submerged temple in the old lake town to recover her husband. They entered into the submerged temple. They fought Kuatoa upon initiation, which was expected. They found one member of Hilda, the Shield Maiden's crew, who was killed by a number of spears, Kuatoa spears. But they have yet to find any sign of other members of her party. They descended further into the space, some shenanigans here and to there. Eventually, they came to a point where a strange magic barrier caused Ronnie to vanish from sight entirely. The statement on the door stated that she has been sent to some sort of prison. Where that is yet to be learned. But obviously, it's easy enough to say that with Ronnie vanished, her brother's probably not doing too well in that regard. Unfortunately, as they search the room behind the door that banished Ronnie, they run into an aberrant creature called a Chul. They saw signs of these creatures outside, and we're actually going to be engaging it right off the bat in combat from the very onset, because that's the way I like starting. Action packed. So I'm going to go ahead and put up an initiative tracker here for you. If you have any questions regarding anything I said therein. Oh no. Okay. Wait, what? What have you done? Roll 20. Okay, I see. There it is. If you have any questions regarding that recap or anything else, you can ask them now.
I have a question. Do I have no spell slots?
You have not cast any spells with slots, and you should go ahead. Oh no, sorry. You haven't had a short rest applied to you, but you would have had a short rest. I just never applied it because I'm lazy and a
Cool.
charlatan. I'm also a complete fraud and a hack. So go ahead and apply a short rest to yourself, gaining your spell slots and also rolling hit dice to gain hit points.
Cool.
And my Chul is on the board with a nat 20, baby. Uh,
Fuck.
I think I go first.
very, 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 very cool. What's your dexterity?
A million.
That's a
What?
lie. What's your dexterity score?
12.
All right, it's higher than my Chul.
Yeah.
I'm missing. I'm missing.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. No rush.
Okay.
You came in through the door that's to the south of you, by the way, if you're curious as to.
By the way, I have a -1 to dexterity. I'm tied with someone.
That's fine. It's probably going to be after Hilda then. I think all of her physical stats are 16. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Baby cat, you gotta not do the bad things right now, okay? We're gonna play Dungeons and Dragons, okay? Yeah. Yeah.
Cats and ink cartridges.
Okay. Alright, so top of the initiative, Tormain. You see the creature, it just kind of did its pounding weirdness, kind of watery splashing. around the corner to the right. So wherever it came from is kind of to the right. How would you like to proceed?
Have you ever seen one of these monstrosities before?
Well, somebody saw it outside, but have you ever encountered one personally?
Yeah.
No.
So, not knowing anything about it, the only thing I can do is attack. So I can make it right up to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to swing 15 to hit.
That will miss.
Okay. Bloodsickles. I'll just glare at it.
That
Put my
is
shield
a
up high.
stellar plan. Bear with me here for a second. This thing. Roll 20, you make me mad sometimes. Did I give you a handout for the creature? Probably not. Doesn't look like it. Trying to fix that. Sorry, bear with me here for one moment. This is so headache-inducing. Okay, so this is what the creature looks like to confirm, and that'll go into your bestiary handouts. And then it will proceed to do a fighting. So, it is going to swing at you with both of its claws, Tremaine, in response. So 22 and 9, so the first one will hit. And it will deal 10 points of bludgeoning damage. Additionally, I need you to go ahead and... oh, no, there's no checks or anything. You're just grappled. Basically, it locks down like this. One of them kind of blocks against your shield and kind of bounces away. The other one kind of clamps onto your shoulder. And then it'll go to Hilda.
Okay, so I want to jump here.
Okay.
To move here so that I can. Oh, fumble.
Oh, and just to confirm that for Arya and Shijo, just so you understand, because Arya has seen this. She's under the effects of the spell Jump due to her ring of jumping. Like, Baldur's Gate 3 jumps across the room over to that position and then kind of marches forward. And then, yeah. You are an NPC, so you do not suffer the same rules as fumbles as the player characters do. So there's no checker or anything in regards to that. But
My second attack.
fair.
Oh, sorry.
That'll hit. Just as a heads up, when they fumble, and by they I mean the peasants. When they fumble, because you're basically like a secondary DM effectively. But to the point, if they fumble, they're gonna have to make a fumble saving throw. If they fail it, their weapon starts to break. Yours won't do that. So damage on the spear, 8 damage. It kind of bats away the first attack. It kind of clears the spear tip up, but you got to spin it back around and bring it onto the carapace. It manages to break like a decent chunk. It's like that satisfying kind of pop when a lobster shell kind of like breaks, and a strange kind of like white flesh is exposed, and like a strange kind of like pinkish fluid that looks more like it's more like pus than blood. That's it for you, Hilda, right? All right.
Alrighty. I'm going to expend a spell slot to cast Hex. I want to hex its strength.
Okay.
That's my bonus action. Then I will use an action to cast Eldritch Blast.
Let's see it.
I can do it. I can do it. I can do it.
I believe in you. I've always have. It bounces off of its
Well,
shell.
13 to miss.
Bounces off its shell cleanly.
That's me turn.
Soul.
Let's try Sacred Flame.
Okay. Dexterity saving throw from the Chul. It will succeed. So it manages to kind of
Bullshit.
catch the carapace, or like it moves. It doesn't so much dodge it as it just kind of takes the brunt of the radiance on a part which is very heavily armored. It doesn't seem to affect it at all.
Oh, for the record, it's a 14 DC because of the Moon Dagger, I
Gotcha.
think, but I'm assuming it's still.
Yeah, I got an 18 on the dice. Okay. Soul done. Tormain up. You're muted, Andy. Sorry. I saw hand gestures. I didn't realize you were.
Oh, I was RPing, and he takes the grip of his at the hilt of his sword. He switches his grip, and uses a downward stabbing motion
Okay,
with
trying
his
to get
sword.
through that.
because he's grappled.
Yep.
Thank you for that. Shy. 14 to hit.
Okay, so as you kind of apply it and kind of push down with the blade, you can feel that shoulder kind of pull to the side, which causes like the strength in the arm to kind of give way. You watch it clatter across the carapace.
Okay.
And then
Alright.
bonus actions or anything?
No.
Okay. The Chul will lash its other claw at terrain. My brain did a dumb. 20 to hit will miss, I believe.
It will.
Okay. Then instead of kind of like swinging with this arm because it already has hold of you, it like swings this attack to cause you to like duck down, and then it drags you in. And as it does so, you just hear this wet as the tentacles on its face start moving over your shield and slapping at you in the face. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
That's so gross.
Oh yeah.
Is it basically licking Andy?
Yes.
Yeah, 18 will suffice. What I will say is like, you are the best person for this to happen to. You know when you have like an ache and you put like, you know, some icy hot or like whatever on it, and it's just that kind of numb feeling that you get.
Mm-hmm.
That's how Termain's face feels. It feels like if it were
Oh.
able to kind of pierce with its tentacles, it probably would have paralyzed you entirely.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And that is it for the Chul. Hilda, you're up. Hit.
Yes.
No hit. Jesus Christ. Oh, that's another attack. You only get 2 attacks. Why do you keep attacking?
Keep attacking.
Am I?
Keep attacking.
This last one is a damage roll. The first one above that. So it's 22. Oh, you rolled the damage. I see. Okay. I understand.
That's weird.
22, 9, 16 is the attack roll. You attacked, hit, damaged, attacked, sorry, most people attack, damage. My brain didn't do it right. Got it. So the first attack hits, the second attack hits, 9 damage and then 7 damage. Sorry about that. And then, do you have a bonus action?
Yeah, shield dash.
Okay. Also hits. Alright. So you've definitely fought many a creature, some stern kind of creatures as well. This definitely feels like it's got the strength of like an ogre, and the armor plating of like, you know, like a well-plated, like half-plated creature. So it's definitely very hard to buckle through, but it also feels like it has a lot of meat behind the bone. Okay, Hilda done. Arya up.
Okay. I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast.
That'll hit.
8.
Okay. Yeah, it hits. It looks like it does hit like a solid point and kind of like a punch to the chest. It doesn't look like it pierces through anything. It just looks like a solid hit that kind of causes it to back up a bit. Okay, Arya done. Do you want to roll the necrotic damage for Hex?
It's on there.
Is it?
Oh wait, no, I'm tripping. God dang it. It's
Because you have agonizing blast, right?
and yeah, and I forgot that I have to do hex. Can you remind me which die?
D6.
Okay.
And there should be a spot on your sheet below the attacks that says Hex that has a spec
It
mark.
definitely is. Yeah.
So 8 and 4 is 12.
12.
Okay, so minus 8 more is what I wanted. Or minus 4 more is what I wanted. Does that... No, it does not. Okay. Arya done. Soul, you're up.
All right, let's try some acid sorceress burst. 21.
21 hits?
Okay, it didn't explode, but 5.
It was one of those ones that kind of like at the end, you know, it's one way or the other, I guess. At that point, though, the creature will become bloodied. When it does, it kind of like, you know, lets out kind of like an angry hiss, and it kind of sounds kind of bubbly or like muddled because of the sloppy wet tentacles that exist in its maw. But it also spasms, and Termaine, you feel it crunch down with its pincers. You automatically take 9 points of bludgeoning damage as it squeezes.
Good. Bloodied. Painful.
Soul
Hurting.
done. Termaine, you're up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is Tremaine grappled?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It has a disadvantage on strength checks. Maybe you can get out.
So this creature doesn't roll opposed, it just has a grapple DC. So
No.
he can go ahead and athletics check to get out. The grapple escape DC is DC 14.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, because it's not so much about getting out of like or fighting the.
It's
monster.
not like breaking the thing. It's
just getting out of the claw, right? The claw is
I
going
got
to
it.
always have like its set like DC. The
And we're
claw.
Attack it with the sword again. Go. Oh, my.
Roll a fumble for D20.
Yeah, roll a d20. This is great. This is great. 3.
Okay, so that's going to change the condition of the longsword, the +1 longsword, to fine. So as you kind of bring the blade up, oh whoa, hold on.
What?
That was weird. The green screen went
The light went out.
whooply.
A ghost.
Make no attention.
Hopefully my butt's not showing.
It is.
Oh my god.
It's not. It's not.
No, I'm
Ka-donk,
self-conscious.
ka-donk.
I'm so self-conscious. Okay. So it is now a fine +1 longsword.
Yes.
It doesn't do anything
Okay.
to it mechanically, but it is on its way to degradation.
Great.
So, like I was saying, it kind of comes up. You're trying to hit it while kind of still in that ice pick grip, and it kind of just bats your hand down with the claw, like on the top of your forearm, causing the blade to drop straight down against the stone on its point. You can actually see the point like turn slightly, and you can hear kind of like a clatter that you think kind of probably sense like cracks through the blade.
We've got this, Hilda. He looks in pain.
Come here, no.
He said, "We've got." No, he's trying to be, okay about it.
Yeah.
We've got this, Hilda.
Believe.
Everything is fine.
She just like.
Yeah, just stick with the spear. Yeah, you're doing
So
okay.
it'll go to that. What it'll do is it'll kind of just take a hold of Tormaine and drag him inwards as it spins its body to the side, and it's going to move him to here.
Rack.
And then it's going to bring its claw around to kind of smack at Hilda.
Not nice to play with your food.
22 to hit. It'll do 12 damage, and you watch as Hilda kind of shield up, spear kind of slashing in. It kind of just clomps down on shield and pauldron and kind of catches you on the shoulder. So it's got 2 knights kind of clinged onto. With that, I will say that everyone that is not in the operations, this is not a normal circumstance, but because it's kind of holding itself open wide and it's kind of tugging against 2 people, I'm going to say anybody who shoots at it will have advantage. Hilda, you are not shooting at it, so
Okay.
hit.
23. 8 damage. Oh.
Yeah, that'll miss. So you get the first one in, and you pull it out, and then kind of lance back up and kind of catch shell. And then the shield is kind of slam down. Or slam up into its arm.
So I'm not grappled, right?
You are grappled, yeah, sorry.
Okay, I am grappled. Fine. And then shield best is 17 hit.
Yeah, so you kind of lift your shield up into its elbow, or that, what would be that part of the arm, if it were people. Okay. Anything else? It's still fussing about. Arya, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to take advantage of my advantage, and I'm going to shoot a leveled spell, Bitter Chains. See if I hit. 20 hit?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
What is it?
you are bound for 1 minute. You can only move at half speed, and you have disadvantages.
What is this spell from?
It's from your book, I believe.
No, it's from Midgard Heroes. It's not legal. Sorry.
Oh no! Why am I
How
so
dare you.
dumb?
I was like,
okay.
transmutation ring. No, that's not.
Can I have? Can I use my roll with
the
just
roll stays. That's
with an
fine.
Eldritch Blast?
Totally fine.
Okay, cool.
Just click a Eldritch Blast and then get the damage on it.
It doesn't wanna.
Okay. Damage.
I think it really didn't like it that I clicked on that stupid spell because now my shit's broken.
You could just click on it in the chat.
It's not working in the chat.
Ah.
So it's gonna be a D12, right? Plus 4
D10.
plus 4. A
Plus
D10
4 plus D6.
plus D6 plus 4. 8 total of 8.
Okay. And then take some time to remove that spell. Sorry. And when
I'm on
you're
it.
checking spells, there are some spells in there that will not be from my sources.
I know. I just wasn't careful.
Soul, you're up.
I guess Sorcerer's Burst again.
The classic.
That 12 is not gonna do it.
Tormain.
Well, I know the AC is 16. So let's go.
Kind of lift the blade up as you're kind of dragged about and try and get the arm, but as it's kind of pushing you away at arm's length, you're not able to kind of get to the meat of it, and you're hitting against nothing but shell. Okay. It will then turn its kind of armored back to the casters and drag Hilda around, kind of like closing the claws. And as it does so, it kind of pushes the 2 of you together and just...
I forgot I was supposed to have advantage on the Sorcerer's
Oh,
Burst.
roll it again. I'll be fair.
Do it.
Yeah, that is it. Let's see the damage.
A million. Oh.
Okay.
Sadly, it's not one of the Death Star beams. It's
I was expecting with my luck it would be Death Star beams. So just so I make sure, I take the I take the Hilda and I move it over to the watery pool, okay? And I've got Tormain and Hilda together, and then I make them kiss, and then I kiss them. It's
Let's
a
go.
very sloppy and disgusting sound. Both of you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 11.
15.
Okay. So Termaine, you are paralyzed for 1 minute.
Okay.
Hilda, you are not paralyzed for 1 minute. But you can see that Tormain goes slack, and as the creature kind of like detects that, you can see all of the tentacles kind of become very taut on Tormain, and then kind of just like lift off of him with like a popping sound, and Tormain's body just kind of drops into the water. Tormain, I need you to roll a D100.
Sure. 50.
Okay. So he falls on his back, so his head is not in the water, so he doesn't drown in a puddle.
Good.
Um,
What was it, DC 51 or something?
no. I said it. There's like a 25% chance based on the heaviness of the front
Yeah.
for him to fall that way. So
Okay.
yeah. So you are now paralyzed and no longer grappled, and then the other claw will swing in and kind of latch onto you, Hilda, securing the grapple more firmly. Okay. Then it will go to Hilda.
21.
Hit.
7 damage.
Okay. It is gushing. Next one.
22.
Yep.
7 damage and shield bash.
Okay.
Shabazz misses.
Shield bash misses. So you stab it like twice, and you can see that kind of like pus liquid kind of flowing out of its like chest cavity as you're kind of trying to rifle the shield into its arm and free yourself, and you're just stabbing like crazy. It's still holding on to you with its ferocity, but you can feel it either getting weaker or it's getting like comfortable. You're not sure which yet. Arya, so as it's turned itself to the back, it's now in a position where it's kind of armor plating is like facing you, so now it has higher defenses against ranged attacks.
Does that mean I'm attacking at disadvantage?
No, it'll mean that its armor class is no longer 16, it's higher.
Oh. Well, fuck him. Okay. In that case,
I do
I'm
not
going.
suggest populating with a tool.
You can't tell me what to do.
I mean, fair.
I'm like paranoid now that all of my spells are from the wrong place. So hold on.
That is
Is this
also
yours?
not mine, I don't think. Wait, hold on.
Okay.
No, that is mine.
Okay. So I want to do that. So I need a wisdom saving throw as I speak words.
Okay. Wisdom save. Failure. So it cannot take reactions, and in addition to that, it cannot, or the next person who attacks it has advantage on their attack roll. It doesn't do any
Okay.
damage.
No, it doesn't. That's my turn.
Okay, so
Can I see the fallen paladin from here?
from there, can you see its token?
No.
Then no. Again, you're moving around the wrong corner. He's over this way.
All right. Well,
You want to go to the other side of the room. Other side of the room. Now you can see him, right?
no, not with my light distance.
Human.
All right. Well, I guess I have advantage for the sorceress first again.
Sure. Yeah, that'll hit. The bad night for soul. Okay, it's still alive.
Wait, did you? Oh, never mind. Oh, never mind.
Still alive. Wait, why do you still have advantage?
For me.
Because the spell just
Oh,
got
yes,
cast.
yes, yes. Okay, so the next one, so that's gone now. Jermaine, you are paralyzed. And then
Yes.
let me just
So I get to do things, right?
let me double check here on the paralyzed.
I drool.
You can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns. So go ahead and make another con save.
Okay. I drool. 4.
Okay, so you continue to lay
Continue
there,
drooling.
staring up at the ceiling in just absolute powerlessness.
Oh,
Ronnie, I'm coming soon.
so
Oh,
glad Hilda is here.
hold on. You need help? Okay.
Talking to his
Okay.
wife.
All right. I love you. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna go because I gotta get a jacket and shoes on so I can do it as quickly as possible because I am streaming. So, okay, I love you. Bye.
Bye. We'll just say a few things about you when you're gone.
I will be right back. The Chul is next. Yeah. And just
It zones out because it is dreaming of picking up groceries.
yeah.
Yeah.
Rip about how Termaine's having a great day. You're right.
Oh,
Jermaine is having a day.
I need to find a new spell.
Tremaine is clearly concerned about Ronnie and not.
Yeah, he's
focused.
off his game.
So after we kill this thing, can we eat it?
It's got pus.
I
coming
showed-
out of it. You could do
I
whatever.
showed Del, like, hey, we found these things in the game. And Del was like, can you eat it? I was like,
really?
God damn it.
Is that like crab oil?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're gonna want some of that pus for your collection.
I mean, at worst, it's
No,
like
it's-
crawdad adjacent. I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah.
Crawdad adjacent. Well, no, I thought you meant for me, my collection.
No,
And I was like,
your
Arya.
character collects all the things.
But yeah, Arya is definitely going to use that pus to, like, regain some spell slots at the end of this. Hold on, I'll be back. I need to figure out what spells I can use.
I mean, if you think about it, the slime on the tentacles are pretty useful. It numbs people.
Yep.
I have to use a physical book, like it's 1984.
It's not. Oh boy! Wow.
But the smell when you open the book.
I know it's so
It's not
good.
good.
Yeah.
There are such great spells. It's a nice book.
I have these, like, scented pens that I got for, like, note taking, and all my notes smell like grape.
Mm.
Great.
Oh man, but see, this is why I don't like having a physical book.
Why?
I can't just, like, filter these rows by level.
I mean, and you're a warlock, right?
Yeah,
Are you-
but I have a thing that allows me to pick from other
Oh,
lists.
because
and then
each class has its own spells by level at the end of the description.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, so if you go to warlock, it shows all the warlock spells per level at the
I wanna
end of the
steal from the
description.
druid list. So I have a thing that lets me take a spell from other lists.
What level spell?
2.
Moonbeam is good. Lesser Restoration is good. Pass
I don't
Without
wanna
Trace is good.
Take anything that's, well, I do like
What are you trying to do with
I
the
do like-
spell?
buffs, but I like buffs or what's the opposite of a buff?
The debuff?
Debuff.
Debuff, yeah.
So Moonbeam,
I-
right?
Moonbeam is incredible.
It could be broken.
I did spend a lot of time in the last campaign orbital lasering people with that. But I did just send you a link to a sortable table that looks
Is
to
it
be
5e tools?
no, it's a
Ooh,
different
nice.
one. It looks like you can filter and sort some, so that should help.
Yay! Thank you. This is the best. This is fucking fantastic. Oh my god. Flaming sphere is pretty fun. Maybe I
Sorcerer
guess-
has some good ones.
Yeah, sorcerer. and
Blindness, Deafness, Crown of Madness, Darkness, Mind
Crown
Smite.
of Madness. I don't know. It never works out for me.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
We killed the jewel while you were gone.
Oh, okay, cool.
Cruel Chul.
Oh, it is going to tentacle on her again. Can't save for Hilda.
Oh, okay.
Or was that just now? Did I just do that?
5.
No, I didn't, because he saved it. Okay. Welcome to Paralyzed. It will let you go. And rush.
Oh
It's
shit.
going to swipe at
Neat.
Soul.
I don't like this.
Hit. 11
Is it
bludgeoning.
enough that using shield would
21.
stop it? No, it would not. Okay.
Okay. Sorry, I just ran up the stairs. Oh, oh.
Ran up the stairs just to fuck up Soul's day. Got
So
it.
11 damage, bludgeoning, and you are grabbed. It no longer has its back to you, so there's no increase in its defenses, but it is very much going to try and murder you. Arya, you're up.
Cool. So I don't like this. Gonna back up here. And I'm going to fire off a EB.
Classic. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. It keeps breaking, so I'm just gonna. So R D10, and then plus D6, plus 4.
Do you have Hex clicked on?
I do.
Can
The
you-
damage button does nothing when I
Well, can
click. It's.
Yeah, leave the Hex off and then try and do damage that way. But that'll...
It was working. It was working even before. Anyway,
Yeah.
so
I'm just saying maybe the
13.
Hex is causing it to not work, is what I'm saying.
I think it was using that stupid spell.
Oh, the stupid spell. Yeah, that might have done it. So, bang, pow, right in the kisser. As it's rushing forward, grabs a hold of Soul. You can see a look of Soul, a look of panic in Soul's face as they're kind of grasped in that single claw, and the tentacles start to kind of writhe. A bolt of Eldritch energy slaps it in the side of the head, kind of splattering a bunch of its weird pus blood onto Soul and the ground, and it drops like a ton of bricks with like a loud kind of like chitin on stone clatter. But yeah, that'll be the creature dead. Nobody's dying. So after about a minute, the other two will kind of regain their mobility.
Yeah, Soul's gonna drag them out of the water.
Yeah. More than fair.
I want to run forward and make sure that everybody's like nobody needs like first aid, right?
Tremaine is bleeding heavily.
So Soul.
But you're
So
not
does
dying.
Soul.
Yeah, it's a similar wound too, probably because it just kind of crab clasps onto your shoulder. It crasps onto your shoulder, is what it was doing.
Does
But I do
anybody
have
need
potions.
potions? Okay.
I feel like you gave us 2 potions. Soul gave us potions, right? So I think we each have 2. I have a
Should
2.
have those marked down, yeah, if you've got them.
Yeah, I know I have them.
If you don't have them
Good
marked
lord.
down, then you don't have them.
They're on my sheet.
Okay, well then perfect.
Don't you give me a hard time, guy.
Why are you saying you don't have them if they're marked down though? You silly Billy?
They're on my sheet.
You dreamboat? You damn dreamboat? Okay, so you gobble up your healing potions. Those of you who are doing so.
Okay. Sad.
The fight
Okay.
concluded. Silent, still as the grave, the entirety of the space. It looks like there's a pathway that leads to the left, a pathway that leads to the right to a door, and it looks like it's kind of a submerged space. And then to the south, there was the path to the left and the path to the right. And then I would note too that the door off to the side, it looks like it is superficial at best. It looks like you could move through it without any problem, as the wall and it kind of are broken open into what appears to be a deep pool.
Jermaine wades in a little bit and starts to clean the goop and gunk off of him.
Yeah. It has a very clinical smell to it, the goop.
I just use prestidigitation for that. Does it look like we can harvest the tentacles?
So if you'd like, you can make an Arcana check or a Nature check for this specific creature to see if there's anything that's salvageable from their body. Do we
Probably the 12.
Yeah,
I
we
don't think
have
I had it.
Okay. So not really. It does feel like the tentacles themselves, there isn't really like sacs or anything that kind of creates this paralyzing agent. It's more of like it's more glandular. Like it definitely feels like it's kind of more internal. So extracting it seems to you to be impossible. If anybody else wishes to make an either Arcana check or a Nature check regarding the Chul, you
Yeah,
may.
let me make a check. 22.
Cool. So you made a Arcana? Okay.
Yeah.
So you would know that the agent that is in the Chul's glands, this paralyzing agent, is similar to a carrion crawler's juice. It is extractable with a 22 and just kind of the state of it. I would say if you'd like to spend 10, 15 minutes in game, you can extract 1 dose of the we'll call it carrion crawler tentacle fluid.
I would love to do that.
Okay.
Hey guys, watch my back. I'm gonna try to extract some of this goop.
Let me see if it's on here. It should be. Strangely not. Interesting. I thought I dealt with the carrying. Yeah, well, I'll deal with it. And I'll get you a
You said
handout.
carrion crawler fluid?
Yeah, I'm getting a handout for you. But yeah, for your
Cool.
inventory. I will deal with filling this out a bit later, but it's under items.
Cool.
And the poison subfolder. Okay. Oh, do you have training with poisoners kits?
I don't.
Okay, go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw. Sorry.
Oh shit.
Okay. So after you're done instilling the fluid and you kind of get it in there, you kind of close it and stopper it, and then you're kind of looking at your hands and you're not really thinking about it. You just kind of do one of like these or one of these dumb
I
moves.
can't see you, by the way.
Oh! Ha ha! My camera fell over. Cool. You do one of these or like one of these,
Oh,
you know,
no.
and then you fall over and you're paralyzed for a minute.
Okay.
So we'll move them into a more comfortable position.
Hilda and Tormain, as you kind of get back up, and Tormain, you glug 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 the potion.
Yep.
You can see that the room before you, that the Chul you presume came out of, looks like it is, like I said, the whole place kind of leans to the right. It very much feels like this space is kind of like a pool, in that it starts at about a depth of about 3 feet outside the door, and then it
Mhm.
very quickly delves down to a deeper depth.
Do we have a sense of how deep it goes?
At least 10 feet.
Okay.
If you wish to search the room, you'll have to become submerged.
Why? And Ranny with that cap of water breathing. I hope she's okay. I hope she's okay.
Man, I really wish she was here for that cap of water.
I know. I would send her out there, but
John, which way did I see Estina come in? Was it
See a what?
didn't when we walked in? I thought I saw Estina.
No. No, I don't think
thought you
so. Oh, yeah. Sorry, ran
Yeah.
off. Went this way. Thank
okay.
you for reminding me.
So that's gonna be like a priority for me. Then I'm gonna be like, I saw my party member. She went this way before that monster attacked us, and I'm gonna head this way to go see what I see.
Okay. It looks like it ends in a hallway, but it looks like there is as you pass that threshold, sorry, pause for a second. You kind of rush off, like, I'm gonna find her, I gotta find her, we've wasted too much time rushing forward, and Arya, as you kind of walk behind her, you see her foot clip a string, which appears to be a tripline. As
no.
it happens, Hilda, as you kind of pass through this, you hear kind of a sound above you as the spell Fire Trap detonates above you. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw. And Arya,
Just die.
18.
no, not yet. But I'm going to be more than generous here. Roll a d20. If you roll lower than, or 10 or less, you're going to go ahead, or 9 or less, you're going to be caught in the trap. Otherwise, you were behind enough that it didn't. Okay, so yeah, you're in there. So dex saving throw from you as well. Okay. So it's going to be 15 damage to Arya and then 7 damage to Hilda.
No.
Wait, this is crazy. Can I hold the line to Arya?
No. Arya's a bit back from you,
Wow.
unfortunately. Yeah, you kind of rushed forward like a goober. We were just having an argument as if Arya was even that close to you, so yeah. I would say no. Sorry. Okay, so
Like, fuck.
It is appreciated though.
I don't know why my token is not on here. I'm quite annoyed. But around the corner, once the fire trap detonates, standing in this spot right now, not in that spot, comes a halfling with a staff, pointing it down range. She is wearing kind of orange robes, and she looks angry as hell. But she also looks like she's been kind of like haggard, like in survival mode. Like her hair is all like covered with stray hairs, and like everything's kind of covered with blood or tatters. And she points the wand down range, and then she says, "Get the fuck back!" as she looks down the hallway. And you're pretty sure that she definitely recognizes you. You don't think that she has a case of she doesn't know who she's pointing the wand or the staff at.
I put my hands up and slowly step back.
"Stay the fuck away from me," she says.
the look on Hilda's face is gonna be like utter confusement. Christina, it's me.
I know who the fuck it is. Get the fuck back from me. You know what this staff can do. I will use it. And you would know it's a staff of fireball.
Wow.
I've returned to find you. Why are you so hostile towards me?
She's continuing to hold her position, and she says, "What your fucking husband did to us?"
To you, he did the same thing to me.
I didn't see that.
And she's gonna pull up her shirt and show the wound in her abdomen.
Make a persuasion roll, so it'll be just charisma for you. And for those who are unaware, when she lifts up her kind of armor plate and shirt and kind of turns her back, you can see that there's a massive scar that looks very fresh. That looks like it's from sort of blade that was twisted and pulled in her like back near the spine area. You say that, you show the thing to her. She looks at you for a second. You can see that her stance wavers a bit, and she lowers her staff, and she says, "I just want to get the fuck out of here. I just want to get the fuck out of here, okay? I don't know what they were doing. But I heard his screams. I heard Rathy's screams. I have to get out of here."
Christina, please come with us. We'll get you out. This is why I've come with this group, to find you all. I was hoping that Rathy would still be alive upon my return, but...
Okay. Make an insight roll, and Arya, actually anybody who wants to, you can go ahead and make an insight roll.
Yay.
Oh, do I need to make it?
Yes,
No.
please. It'll be a wisdom roll for you.
Okay.
We are all very
Rolls.
insightful.
Hilda did it.
So, Hilda, you notice that your companion here, she's not trusting you. She's very much like, it does feel like she is lowering her guard a bit, but you don't think that you showing the wound on your back or anything has like swayed her over to friendly, right? It has just kind of downplayed her from hostile. She very much wants to get out of here. You do not think that she's going to join up with the party and help you in your efforts here, unless you are taking her to the exit and letting her escape. Like, literally, she's going to be a burden to you, or she's going to be a person who remains in this corner and you leave her alone. Those are the options.
Alright, I'm gonna look back at the party. We need to take her back to the boat. She's been trapped. How long was I gone for, John?
Oh,
Like
maybe
2 weeks?
about it hasn't been that long. It's been less than a 6 day. You're kind of a lady of action. So I think it literally what happened is you got stabbed, you grace of God got up, and then you headed back to Blackspear where everything happened, and then you came right back down. So it's probably been like 3 days, if that.
She's been down here for 3 days on her own. I think we should take her back to the boat, if that's alright with everyone.
Stola
Yeah.
will
That's fine.
look over at Bermain. Is she suggesting that we leave Ronnie?
No. Just take her back to the entrance and come right back in.
Mhm.
I don't want... No, Ronnie.
Listen, I could use a moment to catch my breath too. We're pretty banged up. We have to be prepared for anything.
This place is pretty awful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You've helped me find one of my party. I definitely want to return the favor and helping you find your huntress.
That help would be appreciated. He looks genuinely grateful and upset.
If you kind of say that we're going back to the entrance, she will follow you out. So you head back towards the entry point. So just move everybody so get on this level kind of down that way. You head back up onto the next level above. And then I believe that means that you'll be up here from that level. And then
But
I'm just
on our
resetting
way
positions. Go ahead, go ahead.
on the way back to the boat, I want to get Rathy's body
Okay.
and tell her to take him home.
Okay. And she has a bit of a panic attack when that happens, when Rathy's kind of pulled off the wall, and she starts like muttering, and Soul is kind of the one who's focusing in more as to what's being said than in everyone else. It just sounds like a graphic kind of like trauma response to the situation. It's she's basically saying that when they got him cornered, they didn't just kill him. They slowly pierced him with the spears and kept him alive in there as he screamed. And for Soul, it sounds not unlike what was happening in the cult. Like there was a desire to kind of elicit pain in individuals for kind of maddened purposes or unknown purposes. If that makes sense. You go up
Fucking cults.
You go up the stairs, back up to the surface, and she like helps as best she can kind of load the corpse onto the boat. She says when it gets to the other side, she'll do what she can to make sure he gets sent back where he's supposed to go. She then looks at you, Hilda, and says, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're probably going through it harder than I am. He was your husband. Or is. I don't know what's happened to him. I don't know if he's in his right state. Or if he's being controlled. I hope that you figure it out. And, I'm done. The Rolling Rocks are done. Sorry. She pulls a ring off of her finger and kind of takes it and takes your hand, Hilda, and puts it into your hand. And then she'll kind of get onto the boat and start paddling. She's a river folk, so she knows how to handle a boat, even just by herself. But she just kind of starts rowing away from you. You look down at the ring in your hand, and not unlike your ring, it's a ring of jumping. You know that the group all had one, because there was a situation in earlier times where they became very necessary, and so everybody just bought one.
Oh, so sad.
Hilda thinks that, like, in the moment, she can understand Estina's trauma. She feels like maybe after some time, Estina will come to, and maybe they can renew their friendship. Rathy being taken back, maybe the elves will be helpful. You don't know much about where Rathy comes from because it's kind of far to the north. Tremaine, as Rathy's body's kind of loaded onto the boat, and you're thinking about Ronnie, you would notice similarities in his attire to hers.
Mhm.
It very much
Ronnie's-
looks like, yeah, it very much looks like he is a member, an older member of the same kind of scouting
Mm.
practice that Ronnie would be.
He would say to Hilda, his voice a little choked up, "The warrior's way is not for everyone."
So true. Hilda is going to give the ring of jumping to Tremaine.
Okay,
And
thank
then
you.
I assume that the group will kind of like take a moment on the surface, realizing that it is quite a bit later than it was when you went in. It's probably that nice kind of like twilight time You've got it, so it's like, you know, the hazes of orange and purple are kind of coalescing on the horizon. It's an autumn sunset, and you're out on top of the uh, bell tower of the submerged church as you take a short rest. If you wish to try and employ a longer rest, you can, but keep in mind it's obviously up to you.
Yeah.
And when she gives you the ring, she's gonna thank you for your words. Not everyone understands. I hope this aids you
Thank
in
you.
protecting your sister, and just give the ring.
Thank you.
It does require
Appreciate your
attunement,
help. Mhm.
Torming, but once you take a short rest, you can attune to one item. It's fine.
Okey-doke.
John, what can I roll to gain hit points back? I know we're
So,
in short
great
rest.
question.
Can I-
For you, an interesting, fun factoid. You regain all hit points on a short rest. NPCs don't have to deal with hit dice acquisition. They just regain all hit points on short rest. If you have any features that are once per day, which I don't think we have any for you because you're kind of fightery type, they don't reset on a short rest. They require a full day's rest. But yeah, everything else is right back to normal.
Okay.
Everyone else, on the other hand, yeah, you're gonna have to
We only
do
have
what
one
you
hit
can.
die left.
Keep in
My
mind,
bad.
whatever resting you do is increased by 2 because Soul is a good doctor.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. Okay.
So an additional 2 healing for the total, not just for each dice. I mean,
I understand.
Okay.
Yeah, that's great.
and then back down.
Mhm.
Okay. You'll note too that the fish folk are still, their corpses still remain here. But I would like for everybody to roll a perception check.
Okay.
Soul, solid. Just wisdom if you don't have it.
I finally see all.
And so, Soul, you would see that the blood on the ground, and Hilda, you would notice this too. The blood on the ground for the fish folk, it's kind of dried. It's been a while. It's been a while since you kind of spilt it, but it does look like there are footprints that move through it that are not your own. And with that roll, Soul, you're able to track down that the blood seems to come from the door that you heard the fish folk escape through, and that door is now closed.
Is that also the one with the thing you didn't accidentally spoil looking out from the darkness?
No. That's this over here.
Oh,
That's
okay.
different. There was a sound of a door slamming open and slamming closed, kind of during the fight. Like it came out to help with the fight, and then it was like nah, and then it ran away. It was a Kuatoa, but it was like the last one to get to the band of fighting as you kind of set up your perfect bottleneck and murked everybody, and then it just dipped. It like turned around and dipped, and then it disappeared into a splashy sound. Presumably water, and then it kind of hasn't been seen since. But your assumption is that at least one of them, actually with a 22, 6 of them did come up here and investigate the area.
It looks like some of their friends came up while we were outside. From over this way.
Well, do you all want to go back to the room we were in where we lost?
I am concerned that if we don't check over here, they may come up behind us. Besides, of all the things we've seen in here, aren't the Kuatoa the easiest?
Seem to be.
I mean, no giant claws, no paralyzing agent, just
You're right. I'm well rested. Let's go do this.
Okay. When you test the door at this point, it is locked. And then I'm going to explain this corner here a bit because it's kind of relevant. So when you come to it, as we mentioned, not terribly noticeable, but now that you've been through it, kind of noticeable dip. Everything leans to the right. It looks like there's a very sharp drop off in that kind of lean, like almost as if like a portion of this room's floor like broke, right? So this goes down into a deeper pool, and looking at it, Tormain, Hilda, anybody with dark vision, so everyone but Soul, you can see that there is a hole underneath the water line, like well beneath the water line, that seems to go out.
Out where?
Out.
Oh my god, I've been muted. Yeah, this way?
Yeah, that goes out. Like outside of the church. The door, as mentioned, does appear to be locked, but you can attempt to break doors down if you don't want to do the normal thieving method. It is made out of waterlogged wood that's kind of swollen in its frame, but it is absolutely a physical thing that can be damaged and destroyed.
Can anybody open this? Okay. Let's knock it down. He looks to Hilda, and maybe they could throw their backs into it.
Yeah. So
Strength check.
Hilda, are you helping or acting as primary for the strength athletics check we're making here?
I guess I'll act as primary because I just went for it when.
Okay,
Jermaine
well
said-
that's a regular strength check. Do you have athletics trained?
Yeah, I do actually.
So it'll add your proficiency bonus to it, which I think is a +2. So
+5.
proficiency bonus. Your strength is 3, and then +2 for the proficiency. Yeah. So this dice roll that you made here was without
Mhm.
proficiency. We're just adding proficiency to it, so it'll be a 17.
I
If
see
you
what
wanna-
you're saying, John. I see what
Yeah. If you want to go ahead and click on an athletics check again, since Tormain's acting as secondary, you'd have advantage. Okay, so the 17 will be the one that we go with. You both slam into the door, struggling to kind of press it open, and at this juncture realize that your first effort was in vain. It was not successful.
Could we step back and Tremaine be the primary this time?
Hold on. Can I blast it?
Yeah, you can shoot
Blast,
at it.
yeah, blast away.
So, step aside, and I'll just shoot an Eldritch
Cling, cling.
blast at it.
Whoosh. It's like Conan. Let the wizard open the door. Okay, so Eldritch Blast. Go ahead and throw it. Okay. Well, you don't have to hit it, just the damage, actually. It's kind of point blank blasting, so door's not going to jump away.
Oh my motherfucking fuck. Sorry.
Arya's just showing how badass she is. Like,
Mm-hmm. Move over, you strong ones.
Okay. So you
Cool.
shoot at it and it hits the door, and you can see that it does crack it a bit and cause splinters to fly. But as it kind of punches into it, if you've ever seen somebody like strike a tree with an axe for the very first kind of blow on a tree, or if you've ever seen somebody like punch a tree very hard and do some damage to it, it doesn't look like force is the way that's kind of like to go on this. It definitely damages it, but it doesn't look like it damages it greatly. In system lingo, it has defenses against like damage of 5 because it's an object, right? I think it's called hardness or something like that.
Mhm.
So you dealt 6 damage to it, but it has a very higher damage threshold. That's what it's called. It has a damage threshold of 5, so everything over 5 is fine. But it doesn't look like 6 is a lot of damage compared to the door's absolute hit points.
Jermaine is feeling very ineffectual this time around, so he's going to try to bang into it.
Okay. Go ahead and make another strength athletics check, and I assume Hilda's helping.
We tried turning the
Okay.
The
knob
20?
So as you kind of blast it, and Termaine says, "Come on, quick!" and you kind of reach and try to turn the knob. The door is locked, and then you kind of go, "Ah!" and then both of you kind of slam into it. And as you both hit it, you both smash the door open. This door is no longer, locked, and it is no longer able to be closed.
He looks very satisfied.
Well done.
Finally, something.
It is no more a door. It can't be closed. It can't.
That's
be...
fine. Waterlogged mess. Yes, no
Yep.
problem.
Inside it, well, yeah, it's just you broke the door off its hinges effectively. So you kind of step into the space. There is a lot of water on the ground. It's all leaning towards the side there, but some of it actually dips to the south area of the space. Entering into the space, you'll see a massive statue, this ceiling in this room a little bit higher, kind of like it was in the little guard room off to the side, probably closer to 15 feet in this room rather than the 10 feet you've been dealing with in the hallways. The statue appears to be of an angel. It's holding a sword kind of down. It's made out of stone as well, though. It's holding a sword down, and then the wings are kind of up. It's wearing the armor of an Atavian warrior. It looks like there is a staircase that descends down, but when you approach and look down into it, you'll notice that the staircase descends down into water. You would need to swim to access this area.
Yeah, okay. Jermaine is going to stow his sword and shield on his back. He's going to take his boot and bang down on the soddy door that we just broke down and take a piece of the door in his hand to try to use as a buoy. And
Okay,
he's going to walk out into the water.
that's really smart. So you head over to the space, and you're going to kind of make your way down the steps with a bit of flotation, because it's going to be a straight descent. Like you're going into a tunnel that's filled with water and stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is anybody else following?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else?
I mean,
Hilda's my ride or die.
I don't wanna.
Okay. So this only becomes a problem if you have a Constitution score of 10 or less. If you have a Constitution score of 10 or less, please let me know.
No, I'm fine.
I'm
Okay,
at 12.
So, if you descend with them and follow after them, as they descend, it very much becomes relevant to you that the space you're continuing down in, it's a bit further than you were expecting. Like you're descending several levels down to a different point, to some sort of sub-basement or area. You kind of panic as you're kind of descending. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw to see if you can keep it together.
Sanity roll.
I know, what is this called?
Okay. So, if you'd like to spend your inspiration or have someone spend inspiration for you, now is the time for that to happen. Also, you're hiding behind your token again.
I don't have inspiration.
Why? Stop always hiding behind this token.
Because I'm about to drown. Yeah, I don't have inspiration either because we haven't had a long rest and I used it for somebody at the start.
Anyway,
Where exactly is Soul? Could you put him on the map?
Well,
like
for
where's-
purposes of mapping, just imagine you're in a tunnel,
Mm-hmm.
and Soul's probably the last one who went
Shit.
down.
So I'm hoping that Arya has enough sense to clamp
Well,
her hand around his nose and mouth.
pause for a second. I just want to satisfy. Was that that is the condition of the roll, right? There is no.
Assuming nobody has inspiration hiding, yes.
Okay.
I don't have it. Yeah.
Okay. So you have two options: panic, retreat, go to where you know air is located, or start drowning.
Soul's first option would be to retreat.
Panic.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So, Arya, you can sense, as you kind of look back with your dark vision, the bright light moving away from you, and you would see Soul move away very quickly, and Soul, you will be back up on top. Arya, you see this? The other two are still descending down. Your option is to follow Soul or keep up with the fighters.
I would definitely follow Soul. I'm not going to let my friend, just.
All right. So then, bear
I know
with me
something's wrong.
for a second as we kind of deal with the folks that are actually making it.
Lit in the party.
As you make it down, you come to a point where it exits, and this is the first point where the staircase actually leads to an opening. The water seems to be kind of moving now, and it's kind of coming at a point where like it fills the tunnel, and it feels like it's kind of pushing into the staircase, but it also feels like it's kind of going off to the right. And with your dark vision, you can see that right about at this point here,
Mm-hmm.
the water actually seems to kind of be kind of coming out from underneath the ceiling, and it almost looks like you can see the kind of distortion as if you were looking out of the surface of the water. Basically, in this place, this is the only place where it is different. Everything is leaning to the left. The water all pools to the left.
Mm-hmm. Do we sense there's any place to pop up and catch a breath?
Yeah, that would be here.
Okay, so let's do that.
Okay. Go ahead and move your tokens there and place them there, and then pause for a second.
Okay.
Just stay there. Now,
Mhm.
you folks get back up to the top. Upon arriving at the other surface, Soul, panic, breathing, coughing, spluttering. Arya, you arrive back onto the surface shortly thereafter.
Soul, or what's going on? Are you okay?
I don't think I can hold my breath that long.
Oh, your delicate human flesh. What a shame. Okay. Well, I don't think we have any magic that can help you survive the swim then.
Should have gone back to the keep.
Probably. Well, I'm not going to leave you here alone. I know that both Tremaine and Hilda are perfectly capable, and they'll return if things get tough.
As long as I don't run into a Chul.
As long as they don't run into a Chul.
Mm-hmm.
Soul will go into the corner by the statue just to be out of line of sight if something happens to look into the door.
And then is Arya going to be returning back into the water and heading that way?
I mean, I don't want to leave Soul alone.
Okay, then we'll go ahead and pause from you folks as you're kind of deciding, because something very serious is about to happen
Oh god.
on the other side.
They do run into a Chul.
As you kind of splash up, and
Oh.
Hilda, you're about to come and breach the surface, you kind of like are getting up there. You do notice movement behind you in the water. And it seems that two Kuatoa kind of move into positions behind you, but are very much more fluid in the water than you folks are moving, and look like they're very much ready to kind of like rush you and strike. As you poke your head out, Tormain, you see one come around the corner, and then you see two more come up and around. These ones are wielding these very strange spears, at the head of which they appear to have like a strange kind of curved segment, and inside of that curved segment there are like shark teeth. And then attached to that weird curved segment is another curved piece that appears to be on a hinge that also has weird shark teeth in it.
What the heck is this thing?
Straight ahead of you, you see another Kuatoa that looks like it has definitely been. It's never missed a day at the gym.
It's weightlift. Yeah.
It's very much the swollest of the fish folk you've seen so far.
Jeez.
He is wearing something very strange on his head, which is a prison cap. It's like a
Mhm.
white and black prison cap on his head.
Okay.
And that sits on top of the headband that we've seen.
The red thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
It holds the biggest of these weird pincer staffs that you've seen so far. and then it just starts speaking in a language neither of you know, as the others prepare to kind of move in on you.
Yes.
We're gonna roll initiative.
Bum, 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 bum. Yes, baby, we needed that. Nice,
Look at
Hilda.
that.
Look, let's go. We move in unison. I have a plan.
Okay. What you got?
Well, we have to wait. Oh, we go. Have they?
Hilda's
I don't think
faster.
they've all rolled.
Uh,
Hilda's fast.
no, they don't need to all roll. They all roll on the whip's position.
Okay.
Wait, I thought.
So,
Andy
Kimmy, it looks like there are 2 doors. There's one here, but there's also this down here
sorry.
is dry land. Is dry land.
These doors should not have been openable. Did you click them?
I did.
No, they should not be openable. Sorry.
That's fine.
Also,
So,
you have to state intent when click. Say, I open this door. The door on the right does look open. Yeah.
so anyway, if I have a free action, I would yell to Hilda. It looks like there's dry land down this way, and that's where I would want to head.
Okay. So Hilda, you're up. Rush forward.
Is this? Yeah, I'm just gonna head this way.
This looks like a prison cell. It looks like the door has been blasted off of its hinges and thrown into the room. The blast that's at its center looks like it is not too dissimilar from what you've seen of like radiant blasts from like priests in Blackspear, but it definitely looks like it is much stronger based on the damage that's done to this metal door than anything you've ever seen. Your presumption is this might have been one of the Inquisitors, either the one that led you here or the one that they were seeking. You move to there, and then do you have an action you want to take? Dodge or whatever?
Yeah, can I dodge?
Sure.
Hold here.
Termain? And do you want to move
Yep.
outside of the doorway?
Oh,
up
You know what? Flashback. Can I flashback?
Yeah.
I apologize. Starting back. Where was I? Right here.
One step back, yeah.
I want to. Just kidding. I want to throw my spear at the one in the north.
Okay.
Because I forgot it will return. Does 21 hit?
21 hits. You can throw it a second time as well.
Okay, 7. And then I will throw.
Yeah,
Oh, 8.
that'll miss. First one hit though.
Okay.
So
Okay.
the kind of crisp sound of it flying through the air, slamming into the fish, slamming back into your hand, flourishing back out to it, that kind of beautiful metallic sound as it slams back into your hand. You kind of rush into the space, and Termain follows behind. So you were putting yourself here? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Termain, you rush into there. What action do you want to
Yep.
take?
Do you want to be in the front, Hilda, or you want me to be in the front? I have higher armor class than you, but I have less hit points.
Well, if you take the action dodge, you want to be in the front.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, that
Can you
way
step
you
back
are
one more step?
Super.
And
This was
I'm going to be
back-
completely out of the water, where you're fully.
Was
All
this
right.
my max movement? Hold on.
Oh, you
Okay.
still have 5 feet.
Oh, I do? Okay, then I will move back.
Cool.
You could
Dodge.
also, well, you're throwing your spear, so it doesn't matter actually. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So you hear a splash as the swimmers kind of pop up and emerge. The one who was wounded kind of, holds back. You hear strange mutterings, Tormain. Then you hear a very familiar sound to you, the sound of the spell Cure being cast.
Mm.
As this fish is returned to maximum hit points. They move to here. You can then hear what sounds like massive metal churning. It almost sounds like a portcullis is being drawn.
Yikes.
And in this position, it sounds like that's coming through the wall on the right. Which, from what you can tell, Hilda and Tormain, this box you put yourself in, the walls are completely made out of iron, except for the hallway, which looks like it's solid stone. Okay.
So the portcullis door is out over here.
It's like over this way, you think? Like
Oh.
right on the other side of this steel
Okay.
wall.
Okay.
Okay. So, Hilda, what you'll notice is that these ones that are kind of positioning themselves up to the front have the pincer stabs, but they've put forward these strange-looking shields, which look like they have look like they're completely made out of chitin. It almost looks like they're wielding the backs of chuls.
Oh, gross.
I mean, it's an effective shield. You saw it be an effective shield. Okay. So,
Oh,
Hilda, you're up.
my
Sorry.
turn. Sorry.
We're going to do about 4 or 5 rounds of this, and then we'll go back to Arya and Soul up on top. Which, keep in mind, Tormain, what's your passive perception?
Where is that on my sheet?
What's your perception modifier?
My perception modifier is +2.
So you were aware that Arya was behind you, but you don't know where she is. You rushed in with Hilda. Your presumption is that they are still coming down the stairs. So once you've taken this position, you can see that you are flanked in here. If they are gonna come up behind, they will be targeted and probably massacred without your defenses.
Okay, that's not good. But there's not much I can do about that now,
Correct.
so I'm committed to this course of action. So here we shall stay.
Hilda, you rush forward past.
Yeah. Because I'm
Sure, like that.
I'm smart, I guess.
Yeah.
One on the left, the one to the left of me,
Yeah.
22,
Hit.
6,
Okay.
and then the one to the right, 10. I guess that
miss.
misses.
Oh, and sorry.
Oh.
It's fine this time, but attacking these ones, unless I say otherwise, will be at disadvantage because they're taking the defense action.
Which ones?
All of them.
Okay.
Oh, so I
It's okay.
can't roll.
We're fine. Don't worry about it. For now, it's cool. So Hilda, done.
No, I have one more.
Okay. Show
If
back.
I were to jump back, would they be able to make opportunity attacks?
Oh yeah, all 4 of them.
Okay, then I'm going to shield bash the one on the right. And should I just click it twice, John, since I don't have
Yeah, that's fine.
the thing?
So it'll miss.
Okay.
And then, are you backing away or no?
Oh no.
Okay. Tormain.
Sorry, Tremaine.
Yeah, that's a tough spot.
Anyway.
We're in a tough spot here, aren't we? Okie dokie. We'll move in right here. And we're gonna attack this one.
Okay. The one on the left or the one on the right?
Wasn't the one on the left already attacked and damaged?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
How do we do? Got a 20.
That'll hit.
So it has the sap disadvantage.
Yep.
We do 7, and then we're going to do a divine smite upon it.
Okay.
So this is the first time I've ever done that.
Yeah.
12 more.
So you kind of hit it, and you can kind of connect with it, and you see that it's kind of like, dying as you strike it, but not completely. And you kind of whisper a prayer to the blade in Elvish as it kind of bursts with radiant light, kind of greenish radiant light that throws it back into the water. It just kind of floats there idly. But this definitely seems to open up a method for you to get back to the staircase if you wish to retreat from this position or not. Do you want to move at all? You still have movement.
I do. I'm going to move here over the dead body and take 2 opportunity attacks.
Okay. So they will attack you. They're attacking you with the pincer stabs. And you notice that it does look like they are trying to kind of grab a hold of loose clothing, cloaks, what have you, to try and capture you. Neither of them will hit. Your armor class is sufficient to defend against this attempt. You don't
Okay.
think that Hilda would have been as lucky.
And then I'm going to use one more bit of movement to go right here
Okay.
and hope and look back at
So-
Hilda.
At this stage, you are currently half submerged. You still can attack appropriately. However, against range attack, you'll have a better defense. But against melee attacks made against you, they'll have advantage because you are not able to move as much as you'd like. You don't have that dexterity point. You are effectively swimming. Okay?
Yeah, I'm not sure I like that.
This one moves. As that's happening, this one in the back line mutters some words in a strange language. Then you see it hold up a dagger. And Hilda, you can see out the door enough to see the dagger. The dagger is identical to the one that was used to impale you in the back. You can see the mark on it, everything. It looks exactly like the betrayer's dagger that was used to stab you in the back.
Oh,
As he says the words, you watch as the
Vengeance.
3 fish folk who are kind of up front become kind of slightly shiny for a second. And Tormain, you would recognize the spell Bless anytime you saw it. It looks like the
Mhm,
spell Bless was
mhm.
cast upon them.
Mhm.
This one here will move in and attack Hilda and miss. This one, who is blessed, will attack Hilda. Ooh, real close. I need to see if I can get a 3. I did not. Okay. And then these two, because they have 10-foot reach with their pincer staffs, will attempt to grab Tormain in the back. Again, they have advantage on this attack roll because you are in the water. No, that's just bad rolls. And okay, I need to get a 3 on a d4 and another 1. Okay, great. So you managed to hold your defenses here, but Tormain, as you kind of turn over your shoulder and are prepared to kind of like offset and defend yourself, you see that 6 more Kuo-toa kind of rush onto the scene from the south, like so. And you would understand that this appears to be the hornet's nest, so to speak. You'd also notice,
as a free action, he's going to yell to Hilda, I think we need to disengage and retreat.
you would also notice, based on the door that you snuck into, and also what you can see beyond the strange-looking kind of bars up ahead, over like here-ish, you're pretty sure this is a prison.
Mm-hmm. So this could be where
This could be where
was,
Ronnie is
Ronnie
located.
wasn't taken, but she was teleported though. She wasn't
could
taken
be-
by fish.
She could be anywhere. But this
Yeah.
this place wasn't built by fish. This is still a prison.
Yeah, well, the bottom line is that we can't beat all of these fish. That's the
Not
problem.
without your team. That's a fair
Not
point.
without our team.
Okay.
We are yeah.
So Hilda, you are up. It looks like Tormain's on the retreat. Do you wish to do likewise?
Yeah. I
Just
totally
disengage and
follow.
retreat.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you
Follow.
disengage and retreat, you'll get to here. And then after that point, you'll be fully swimming, so your speed will be reduced by half on the Shuma swim speed. I would say, just to be super favorable to you, bonus action, ring of jumping, splash.
That's
into
what
the
I was going to say.
water.
Ring of jumping, and then you
And
can
then
take
I would say
advantage
you could get to here would be the most clearing that I'd allow you to do.
I was just about to ask if I could ring a jumping.
Yeah, because there isn't a lot of ceiling. You're kind of just jumping and arcing against the ceiling into the water, and then kind of diving into it effectively. I'd assume boots first for the dwarf because it just looks more
Oh, yeah.
aerodynamic. And then Tormain, you are disengaging.
Yeah.
5, 10, or 5, 10, 15.
I get
20.
35. I get
You're
35.
going to get right alongside of her unless you take the dash action. She's taking the disengage action, so yeah, you're going to get right alongside her. And you don't have much room to jump. She did. She had a window there.
Okay.
I got whittle. Yeah.
Well, it was because you were further in.
Oh.
Okay, so almost like an absolute horror show of Piranha, they start flourishing into the water, and you can hear the splashes but from a different angle than the last time you fought Kuatoa splashing up. It's the underwater kind of as they hit the water and come towards you with speed.
Oh, darn it.
They have a swim speed, so they attack normal. And you do not have a swim speed, which means they have advantage. Okay, let's see it. Hold on.
Oh boy.
I don't
oh
think there's
my.
anything normal about this.
No.
Okay, so for the 2 against Tormain, 1 will hit and crit. And then that means that you will be... Bear with me here.
I'm sorry. When they hit, can I do honor guard?
Yes, you can. Okay, so you're imposing disadvantage, which means the first attack against the crit would have actually... I should have asked you if you wanted to use honor guard on each, but we're where we're at. We're living the life we're living. So instead of critting, they will miss entirely because the crit was offset by a 19.
Oh.
Okay.
Out.
So that's fine. For future reference, I do have to ask you to throw that before, because it's when they're targeted with the attack.
Apologize. I was
it's okay.
waiting to
No,
see if
it's
it
okay.
hit too.
It could have been really bad, so I'm letting it happen. So at the same time, kind of sad. Then I don't get to murder another elf. And then the attacks against Hilda. It looks like that will be a duo of missings. +3 is
Yes.
not the greatest number. We're doing terribly here on that regard. Hilda, you're up. If you disengage, you'll only be able to move 15 feet. But that will be enough to get you into the tunnelway, which means that you can kind of block... you kind of put it in a situation where only one of you is able to get pressed. Or you can dash, take the 2 opportunity attacks, and
That's, I think, a lot riskier.
it is very risky, but you'd be able to get 30 feet up, which means you'd be on your way to getting to the surface. Because keep in mind, it's not a short trip. You got to swim for about a minute and a half to get up there. That's why Soul panicked.
But
because
that
Soul
we can only
swim for
take
a minute.
one. We'll only take one attack because of the cramped space, right?
Once you get in there, yeah, it'll be a
Right.
lot harder
Once
for
we
them
get
to,
in there, right?
to
So
grumble against you. for
I think
sure.
the safe bet is to just take normal movement and just take one attack rather than 2 attacks.
Well,
Oh no.
if I move into that spot, then I'm blocking it from Tremaine, right?
No,
Tremaine
no.
can
The
move
square is
through
big
you.
enough to get. Yeah.
Yeah, altitude, and yeah, you're kind of in a 3-dimensional space here, so you can kind
Squeeze
of move.
by.
And you're a dwarf, so it's mostly like half of the hall is kind of blocked, not the whole thing. So he can
Yeah.
just like dolphin swim over top of you,
Okay, I just want to make sure that I'm not blocking you.
and then
on
you can
your-
spin around and
thank you.
otter paddle after.
Okay, so I'll disengage, and you said I'll be right. Is it here, John? Is that safe to?
What?
That's only. Oh, that's 5, 10. That's only 10 feet.
I thought you said I would.
Oh, sorry. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Hold on. I just remembered something. Bear with me. It's
Just
not.
remember that you die.
It's not super relevant, but I did just see a thing, and I am a dum-dum. Bear with me for a second. I'm so sorry. Jisho, you're the one I'm apologizing to the most here. Game settings. Content sharing. This game's in. Yeah, it has blocked compendiums. I have not. What? Share my compendium with players. Yes. And everything that we want is in there. Okay. I'd say refresh. Okay. Sorry for that. And then, Hilda, you're just moving regular with a disengage, or are you dashing?
Disengaging.
Okay. Dope. Tormain? Same question.
Same.
So you'll be able to get one space ahead, and
Yeah.
then we'll start the path upwards. I'm going to pause there. Actually, I'm going to throw my last ditch effort to try and capture you and hold you here. Okay. So a bunch of missing, unfortunately, but they are going to start funneling
Love that.
in on you like so. There's about 8 of them, and we're gonna pause from you, and then we're gonna go upstairs.
Nope.
So Sol and Arya, got a few minutes to just kind of role play through this, however you'd like. Just tell me what we're ultimately gonna do here. I'll change the combat music so it's not so tense. You muted, Sveta.
Arya would be like, "Oh, I'm sure everything's fine down there. You know, we can wait a few minutes for them, and they'll notice we're not down there." And as like the seconds like tick by, Arya is like, "Something's not right. They're not coming up." And would say, "So I don't want to leave you alone here, but I'm worried that something's happening down there."
Muted as well. You're still muted.
That seems pretty likely.
Can you make it just a few moments while I peek?
I'll watch the rear.
And we broke the only door keeping
Yep.
things from coming in here. I don't say it, but I think it. Um,
You're heading down.
so I want to swim down to see what's.
Okay. You're kind of lagging a bit. I don't know. Is everybody else seeing that, or is it just me? Okay. I don't know.
I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah. Okay. So you head down. You didn't have to make a Constitution saving throw. That will definitely create a dynamic that'll be slightly different on this next beat. Since you're going down there, Hilda, you had the back end of it. So all of these attacks are going to be made against you. Due to the tightness of the space, they will not be able to utilize their pincer staves in the way that they're expected to be used. They can't open them wide enough to grab a hold of a whole dwarf. So they're basically just lancing them forward like spears. So all of these attacks will be just kind of damaging, but there's no fear of them kind of grabbing a hold of you and dragging you away. Which is cool, yeah, but it could be bad. Let's see. Now this is to get us to the point where you are, and again, you're being you're being harangued the whole time you're ascending. And Tormain, you are having an easier time of ascending because you don't have to continually disengage or take opportunity attacks as you're making your way up. But Hilda, you feel very comfortable in your ability to kind of hold your breath here. There are a lot of water spaces underneath Blackspear, which have been kind of something you forayed through before. So it's not a big problem for you, kind of being somewhere you just are natural at it. I would say that with everything that happens as you're kind of ascending upwards and not really trying to engage, you're just trying to retreat. Only once twice do they actually hit you. One because it was a critical success, and one because it was the best I could do. And yeah, my damage roll is not working. Oh, there it goes. That's okay. Roll 20. You need to stop doing stuff on Fridays for real. Okay, so it's going to be a total of 11 on the first attack and 6 damage on the second attack. So you should take a total of 17 damage, Hilda, as you're ascending.
Wow.
As you're ascending upwards and getting stabbed in the back.
Sorry,
Sounds
Sounds
Hilda.
like that's not the first time.
Right, she's used to it by now, right? But you ascend, and then Tormain, you will run into Arya midstream. You cannot communicate. You're underwater. Arya.
I was going to push at her, like,
Okay, and she would see the panic, but this would kind of create a sense of delay. So I'm gonna get one more attack in against Hilda. I think that's more than fair. It'll miss. It's fine. Okay, so that's probably gonna be about like 45 seconds to a minute or so. That descent and catch, right? Based on the talk time, the fight time, and the movement. So you're meeting about it's a little more than halfway. Arya kind of descended down and caught you kind of a little more than halfway.
Okay.
With that being said, Soul, as you're up there, you hear a sound in the main chamber. It's a loud kind of splashing sound.
Oh God.
I'm going to kill the music because it's more tense, I think. As you kind of move to the corner and kind of like back away into it and hide, you can hear a familiar set of footsteps kind of take to the stone. It sounds identical to the Chul that you just fought downstairs. You can see, in a sense, your light kind of holding out. Do you turn it off or do you keep it up?
I would cover it with
Okay.
something.
So you don't see anything, but you can hear it. The slurpy sound, the kind of weird, strange kind of chitin on stone. It moves past the door, and it seems to head, from what you can hear, kind of up into the main chamber. During the next 20 or so seconds, you can hear a sickening kind of ripping of Kuatoa flesh and like a crunching of fish bone and meat from inside that space. You'd also understand mechanically your retreat has pretty much been blocked by that creature.
Well, it probably can't fit through the door, so
And then splash, your friends come up out of the water.
I will pull the light back out.
Okay. Arya, you come out first. Ah! And then Tormain, you would be next.
What's going on? What?
Hurry!
Jermaine, what are you doing?
There are like 3,500 Kuatoa down there.
There's a
Come on.
Chul out there.
Oh Jesus!
And as Sol says, there's a Chul out there. Presuming Tormain didn't say the Lord's name in vain, it was just Andy.
Oh yeah.
Since
It's like,
Tormain has no idea who Jesus
Octavius,
Christ is.
Octavius
save us!
Christo!
Octavius!
Octavius Gratiaris. You stop for a second. There's that pause. There's a Chul out there, and then everything kind of goes quiet, and you can hear a as something seems to be moving in towards your group. You wait.
It all become a quiet place.
Okay, if you are waiting, everybody make a stealth check. Hilda, since you're the last one out and are not understanding what's happening, you have disadvantage on this decided.
What is it for stealth? Is it
Dex.
dexterity?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Dang it.
Okay. And then I'm going to roll something here.
Be fighting.
Okay. So at this point, what you would see with dark vision is this creature come through and very quickly and deftly move past the doorway. You can see that in each of its claws, it has 2 Kuatoa corpses, and in its mouth, it seems to be a Kuatoa corpse hanging halfway out of it.
It's busy.
And it kind of looks back at you, strangely, and then kind of moves past, and like you hear a as it jumps back into the water. Arya, make an insight check. Just Arya, I think, would be concerned enough about the creature's state of being to, especially with sightline. It looked back at you with a bit of panic in its eye. It was like the weird kind of just alien lobster eye kind of looked back at you like panicked as it kind of rushed past. It didn't know what was going on in there. It knew what it had, free food. And as you kind of quiet, focus, you look back at the stairwell and like a sense of like trepidation kind of falls on everyone. And fish don't explode up out of the thing.
Maybe they heard. Let's get out of here for now. I need to figure out a plan to get Randy back. This is bad.
Yeah.
I know, Saul. I know, but we have to try. I had to try.
I understand.
You think that it might be possible if you can all get down there. You killed a
How
couple of them before leaving.
how far was it?
I don't know if you'd be able to hold your breath that long, but there was land.
Maybe
You
if
could.
I knew.
It's about a minute and a half. It's just a bit over your minute threshold.
Well, they can drag my corpse along. It's fine. But I think that maybe we should not be in here. It seems like even less of a pleasant place at night.
Hmm. So that place down there did seem like a prison. And what if Randy's in there?
I'm gonna be honest with you. This whole place seems like a prison.
We can't give up on her.
No, of course not. I know all too well about. We should go.
It's possible
We'll be back.
there's another way.
You see that Tremaine is really having a hard time with this. He knows it's the right thing to do, but he's having a hard time bringing himself to do it.
I know that people can survive very difficult situations, and she's resourceful. She'll hold on.
Well,
What am I going to tell Mom?
a quick point of order. I just want to throw this on the table because it might be something someone thinks about, and I just want to make sure it's on the table. You did find a cap of water breathing on site. There might be another one. You don't know if there isn't or not, but there is a precedent for your group to think that there might be one. So you might want to.
And there was still one locked door.
There's a locked door on this floor. Yeah.
Didn't we find a key?
I mean, how are we?
So you do have a couple of keys. You have one key that has just kind of base markings that you haven't used on anything, and then there was the key that goes to the holy
The reliquary.
reliquary. And that door was up over this way, kind of where you entered, really.
We could check before trying to find somewhere that isn't here to rest a little.
Rest a little, like as an overnight?
It's not the worst idea.
I mean,
that door's on the way.
resource-wise, I'm feeling pretty fresh.
I wish I
you
were
look
so
at
lucky.
Tremaine and he is so fucked up right now.
Oh, okay. Well, you know,
Well,
if
Tormain's gonna fight through it, right?
There were a lot of spells that I used when you weren't here.
well, if I can look at Tremaine and at Soul and see that they're depleted, then Ari would definitely say, you know, if we push beyond our capacity and we break, then who will rescue our Rani from whatever has befallen her? We need to get out now
If you
before
go
things get worse.
back and check the door here, with like while you're having this conversation, of course.
Yeah.
You move to it. It's kind of up in the stairwell, kind of to the north there, and then to the right, little passageway. But the key you have, the key that you found on the third floor, not the reliquary key, will unlock the door.
Okay. Cool.
Opening it, you would see that inside there is a small library. Looks like there are books on the left, books on the right, books directly in front of you. However, the shelves that are directly in front of you seem to have partitions in the middle, and there are glass cases that seem to hold items of religious importance. As you look at the books on the left, it looks like there's a lot of spacing that's been kind of left blank. Maybe because they didn't have enough books in this library to fill those spaces. But in those spaces, they've set trinkets out. The one that immediately catches your eye, Arya, and everyone else's, is a fishbowl. Or what looks to be a fishbowl. What you realize is an upturned cap of water breathing, similar to the one that was on Ronnie's person before she was taken from you. The 3 items in the glass case on the northern wall are, it looks like a holy symbol of Atavius, made out of gold, garnets, gems, very ornate, and bound in a slight bit of royal purple silk. On the left side of that is a key. The key in question looks like it has the head of the triumvirate symbol, which would be 2 moon symbols, 2 cross symbols on the Ashtar diamond and cross. Kind of almost like it almost looks like a clock face when you put them all together like that. And then the last of the relics in question appears to be, where was it? All right. So it is a silver pin, like a needle, like a large pin. And it looks like it's been kind of ornately carved with elvish-like symboling, which has then been filled in with a light amount of gold filigree. I would say the pin is probably like a good dagger size, but yeah, it doesn't look like it would function as a dagger. Oh, last thing about the pin is at the end of it, it seems to have like a small little bit of a crook. Almost like, again, I'm not the seamstress, and she's not here, so I can say whatever I want.
Yeah,
and
say
it's
whatever the
canon.
fuck you want. Yeah.
But it looks like it would be for like, extracting like, yarn. I don't know, man. I'm stupid. I'm sorry. If you're listening, I can only apologize. It has like, it's like one of those deals that has like a little
Like the terror seam.
yeah, seam terror. That's perfect. Yes, it looks like a seam terror.
A big ass seam ripper.
I'm gonna Google it and make sure that's what I mean.
Seam ripper, yeah.
Seam ripper.
Is the
Kind of. Yeah, kind of. Let's go with that.
is the cap of water breathing behind the glass? You said.
No. Cap water breathing is on the left side.
Oh, okay. I was gonna break the glass and just fucking take it.
Yeah, you can break the glass, but it also looks like you can just open the little glass doors. They're not
All
locked.
right.
So
Soul isn't
I
even gonna ask. Just gonna take the cap and just put it right on. No.
It immediately vanishes from sight, but for you, it feels like you are inside of a glass container.
I don't know, I want that silver pin real bad.
You grab the silver pin. You have it in your hand. You own it now. You do not know its properties. But there is a sense to you, as you touch it, that it feels like it's magical.
Yeah. I mean, I do have ritual detect.
Detect will just let you know if it's magical or not. You've got a feeling that it's magical.
Okay.
If you want to
And I do
confirm...
have identify. I have it identified, but I don't want to spend the gold for it right now. I don't want us to
no,
be
you don't have
sitting
to
around.
spend gold to identify if you have it. It's a spell you can cast?
I have a ritual. Yeah.
No,
From my
you don't.
tome.
You don't. Just 10 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. So, which would you like to identify first, the holy symbol or the needle?
Oh,
or...
definitely that pin.
Okay. So it is a unique item that I am calling a pithing needle. A pithing needle can be deployed against a spellcaster or a creature with a recharge ability as a magic action within touch range. Make a spell attack. If you do not have a spell attack, use the highest of your ability scores. On a hit, 1 damage is dealt, and 1 spell chosen at random or 1 recharge ability chosen at random cannot be utilized for 1 minute. And it can only use this ability once per day. I'll get a write-up for it. I don't seem to have it because apparently some things didn't save, like the handouts and also the handouts. Again, I don't know what Roll20 is trying to do. Or I'm blaming Roll20 for my lethargy. You decide.
No, there's spells
Volcano
missing
Listos.
too from the
Yeah.
mystical archive.
That's why it's such a good excuse.
Being fucky.
If you take another 10 minutes and do the holy symbol as well, it
Let's do it.
is. Where is it? Where is it? Is it an amulet? It's called an amulet. It's a clerical amulet. It's called Amulet of the Devout. So, for clerics and paladins, it can be attuned to. It's an uncommon magic item, +1. The amulet bears the symbol of Atavius. While you wear the holy symbol, so you don't have to actually have it in hand or anything, you have a +1 to spell attack rolls and the saving throws of your spell DCs. Additionally, while you're wearing this amulet, you can use your Channel Divinity feature without expending one of the feature's uses. Once this property is used, it can't be used again until the next dawn. Did paladins lose Channel Divinity? That's interesting if they did. Do you have Channel Divinity, Andy?
I have one more use of Channel Divinity. It recharge. What you get 1 use recharged on a short rest.
Okay, so if you attune to this amulet, which is probably not going to happen right away, but if you do attune to it, then you would gain additional use of it.
Cool.
It wouldn't recharge. The amulet wouldn't recharge on a short rest, so it recharges on a daily basis. Next on.
Okay.
Well, I don't have
Yep.
to worry about holding my breath now, but do we want to recharge and come up with a plan before going back down?
You know they're on alert now, but you also know that they haven't gathered any more resources. You probably just have to fight the ones you've seen. If they're given more time, they might up their defenses, or they might go lax. You don't know for certain, but based on their paranoia thus far, your presumption is the former rather than the latter. On top of that, you are quite down in the dumps when it comes to, like, your features. It will definitely be a struggle, but you know that there are probably about 10 Kuatoa, which you can kill in about 2 or 3 shots, and then the big Kuatoa, which appears to be some sort of priest. So that's what you have to deal with right now if you go right back down there.
It's your sister.
I think you need a bit of a rest, Jermaine.
Courage.
Yeah. Sometimes the courageous thing to do is to understand your limitations.
I would argue against that. The courage thing with me too.
How's that for an after school
Okay.
special?
So you're going to get back up to the surface where you do not have a boat and just try and take a long rest on the top of the church. Is that fair to say?
Fair.
Okay. Go ahead and have a representative for your party
Not it.
Not it.
roll.
Oh, don't make our NPC roll.
Yeah, it's a representative of
Yeah.
the party. I didn't say guest star NPC.
Oh,
I said
yeah.
a representative of your party, you turkeys.
Well, I think Andy was the last one to say not it.
Oh, well, then that means he's
Fine. What am I rolling?
D20.
D20?
D20 3 times.
1, 2, 3. 18, 19, and 7.
Jesus Christ, you're fucked.
I know, we got two encounters.
Okay, so as you are trying to rest, you would note that you're being circled. This is before you've actually taken a chance to kind of camp down and bed down and prepare yourself. You would notice that you're being circled by the Chul. As I mentioned, they weren't attacking or assailing you while you were on the boat, presumably because it was daytime. It seems that they are a lot more active. They do not surface high enough for you to kind of engage them with spells or attacks. They're well enough submerged that they are effectively in full cover. However, it does look like they are testing the limitations of that barrier. Just the tension of them doing this is enough to make sure that none of you are able to rest at this point.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
Please.
What if we feed them? What if we go get some of those Kuatoa and toss them in? Maybe they'll leave us alone like that other one.
That's a great idea.
Are Kuatoa humanoids?
Yeah.
They're already dead, and it seems like it's a natural predator.
Oh wait, they're already dead?
The Kutoa you already killed? Yeah.
Oh, the ones we killed. Oh yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So
If we can get to them.
you go as a group back down the stairs, back to the center point, and you're able to grab the 3 that the creatures did not bound off with. You come back up and you throw those into the water, and that will assuage that 18. So they will ignore you for the first bit of the rest. Who wishes to rest during that first bit of the rest?
Definitely.
Soul
Y'all
is
two can
unconscious.
rest.
Soul is unconscious. Tormain,
And
unconscious.
Tremaine rest. Yeah.
And then Hilda and Arya, you're staying up, keeping an eye on them?
We can start the watch, yeah.
Okay.
Lee.
During the next part of your rest, Tormain, at this point, you are effectively halfway through your trance.
Mm-hmm.
And Soul, you are completely dozed out. The creatures return expectantly. For the people who are asleep, it doesn't seem like there's any problem. For Arya and Hilda, before you switch watches, if you do at all, it very much looks like if one person goes to sleep, it'll probably be that they attack at that point. What would you like to do?
You stay awake and you take 1 level of exhaustion.
That's correct. So if you two wish to stay awake, you can press through the night and try and keep your eyes nice and keep them peepers going. But if you fail your Constitution saving throw, you will suffer a level of exhaustion.
And I don't regain any of my features.
Your long rest features, right? Because you'll not have taken a long rest. But at this point, on the second portion of the watch, if one of the 2 who are currently awake, just very much factor, it looks like the only reason you're able to keep an eye on them and they're circling is because there are 2 of you. But the second that one of you goes to sleep, that other person will basically be left all out and alone. And it's more likely that they'll try and grab the sleepers than not.
Okay. Well, if there's no choice, then there's no choice.
Hilda, you agree? You're pressing through? Force march?
Yep.
Okay, the 2 of you need to make Constitution saving throws. Hilda's fine. Arya is not. Arya, you'll suffer a level of exhaustion. Hilda, you have gone hours beyond what would be considered normal bedtime in your defense and servitude as an honor guard. You very much understand how to regulate your sleep, and you have no issue. You look back at Arya, and every so often you can see that, the Orc Witch is kind of failing, and you'll be like, hey, hey. And Arya will be like, ah! And looking at the Chul as it's like slowly peeking forward, and then sees that Arya is still awake and kind of like backs off. Eventually, the sun rises enough that it kind of causes a bit of like, bluish sky, light bluish amount, and the water to kind of shimmer a bit. And it's at this point the Chul will start to submerge back to their point on the tower. Arya and Hilda, though, I'll go ahead and let you make a perception check.
Wisdom, right?
Yes. Yep, satisfactory. The two of you will notice that right around about here, or maybe here, there looks like there's a point where there is a very clear and noticeable hole at the bottom of the lake. And the assumption is that this connects to the hole on the first floor. All right. Tormain and Soul, you'll have rested and gain health back. And your features. Arya, unfortunately, you'll get the benefits of a short rest, but you will not gain the benefits of a long rest. And Hilda, same for you. You will also gain the benefits of a short rest. So you're an NPC, you set your hit points to full. And then back into the thick of it, I presume?
It could have been worse.
And what did you call the amulet again?
Amulet of... Amulet of the Devout.
So that's not going to be in the compendium, right?
It should.
Oh, it is. Okay, just amulet of the Devout +1, +2, +3.
Yeah, +1.
So +1. Okay, great. Excellent.
Googling to see if there is a write-up for Dungeons and Dragons. If anybody's already played the Pithing Needle conversion. Does not look like it, but here, copy image, paste in channel. This is what we're looking at. This is kind of what it looks like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And then effectively you can lance one creature with a spell attack, and then at random one of its abilities that requires recharge, or one of its spells that it's currently knowing or memorizing, will go away for a minute.
Does look like a crochet hook.
Yeah, crochet hook, that's good.
It is good.
Okay, you return back down. It
Mhm.
definitely looks like throughout the night, whatever was in that main hallway has been completely cleared. So there's no longer any fishman corpses. And then I'm going to have Andy, since this is Andy who's pressing forward, I need you to roll me a d20. This is to determine if they go back to lack positioning or if they maintain an air of defense.
10. Hopefully that's good.
That is pretty good. All right. So, are you wishing to descend down the tube?
Yep.
Okay.
Down the tube. Going down the tubes again.
Okay, so I assume that it's going to go the same order as before. So Tormain, you're pushing forward. Hilda, you're right behind. Arya, you're right behind. And then you're making your way that way. Okay. Tormain, I would like for you to make a perception check.
Yes. 15.
You're underwater, but you still get a very kind of concerned vibe as you come out into the space. You can
Mhm.
feel like the last time you were down here, you got ambushed from behind. You're
Mhm.
pretty sure that if you remain in the water, you will be at a disadvantage. But you're
Right.
pretty sure that they're going to come up from behind you once again. And as you kind of are making your way out, you will see that there are still the same kind of 2 guards that were present the very first time you came here. And yeah.
So when you say from behind, you don't mean from this direction, right?
So flashing into it, I mean from that direction, and I mean from
Oh, you
that
do.
direction as well. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because you went straight for the surface, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
If you do that again, it's more likely than not that they will come up from around the corner to the south and from above you to the north. So you should expect that. You will not have a back line, is what I'm trying to tell you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, and this guy's over here actually. Sorry.
So right now, it's safe to say we're swimming. We're treading water.
Well, no, you're not out of the water yet. You're descending. I'm just explaining to you before you go down, you might want to have a conversation about this. So it's effectively we're pulling back, we're rewinding time and just discussing
Right. So that
what's
might
the
mean
plan.
that one of the tanks might want to be in the front and one in the back, for example.
You're catching on to what I'm trying to put down, yes.
How deep is the water to the south over here?
Deep to all the way to the ceiling. It's completely submerged.
Okay.
But we don't know if there's some sort of door here, do we?
You do not know what's around that corner or anything. You do know that a fish folk came from around there and came up behind you as you were pushing into the
Okay.
bottleneck
And
defense.
and Soul is now able to swim without a problem.
Soul
So
is
maybe
able to swim, but still doesn't have a swim speed. I don't think the count
Right.
water breathing grants a swim speed. Let me check.
What I'm saying is not going to drown.
Right.
Maybe before we go, we could.
Oh, maybe I should go last then to protect. That's
Yeah, so that's one of us should be in the front, one of us should be in the back. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's what we want to do. The question is if we want to try to go this way and go around, or if we're going to face them head on, where they're going to come from here, here, and here.
Yeah. So effectively, and it's kind of goofy looking, but when Soul enters into the water, Soul, you feel like you can kind of hold an action to kind of create the bubble, right? And while you're wearing it, like it's nothing more than like a cap on your head, really. But yeah, when it activates, it activates. But when Soul's in the water, it looks like the water is actually like not around Soul's head.
Mm-hmm.
Like there is a air bubble that is just like constantly remaining on Soul's noggin.
Okay.
But yeah, Tormain, do you want to be the one that leads the charge?
Yep.
Okay.
So let's go here.
Well, pause for a second.
Yeah.
Because again, they are lax, but they are still on guard. I need you all to roll initiative.
Okay, could you switch me and Soul? I just want to make sure it's hard.
Yeah,
That I'm
absolutely.
not-
Beautiful.
I'm gonna actually switch
I rolled a 2.
a lot of people so that Soul is not in the front, so to speak.
Got it.
Okay.
You got a 1. That's good, right? Is I'm number 1?
I believe it.
Okay. So your effort, as you just described, is to press as quickly as you can towards the surface and then engage. Fair to say?
That is fair.
Okay. Pause while I change the music from that to
Oh, great.
fight.
Number 19.
Fight time. I want. I think this one. Nope, that's not the one. That's later. Is it this one? It is this one. Okay. So they go first. These two move towards the water and wade into it enough so that they are considered submerged, but they're not swimming, like you were that last time. And
Yep.
it looks like they are armed with the weird sticks and are prepared to grab people up out of the water. You then notice that this one kind of rushes past. Very, very hard to see. Not exactly quite right, but yeah, it kind of goes this way actually. And it will start to do the process. Okay, then you would see that 2 more come from around the corner. And you don't see these yet, but it's happening. Okay. So, that's them, and these ones are readying in action. Alright. Hilda, you are next. You can delay, you can take a dodge action. Well, you can't delay. Delay is not something we do anymore. But you could take the dodge action, ready action, whatever. You can move.
Okay. How much speed would it take me to get here? Because I would have to come.
You can move there with just your base speed.
Okay. All right. And then am I able to throw
Yeah.
spear?
You can throw your spear underwater. Spears are piercing weapons, which means that you have no disadvantage for them. Inherently, they kind of attack normal underwater. So you can go ahead and throw that spear just fine. However, you cannot throw it past its first range increment because it just
Which
won't.
is 20 feet.
It just won't go. Yeah.
Which is just enough. Just 13 hit.
Yeah. You're hitting this one here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll work. Damage.
9.
You can see blood in the water, and your spear kind of sings through the water, a bit slower than you were expecting, but catches back into your hand.
And I want to hit the same one again.
Go with it. That'll work.
19.
Damage.
6.
Okay. That will kill it. Good start. First blood. Soul, you are up.
Sacred Flame on that other one.
Okay. You have an air bubble, so you can perform verbal components while underwater.
That's kind of what I figured. Yeah.
Yep. It will fail. Go ahead and let me see that damage. Okay. A radiant shot bursts in the water. Tremaine, you're up.
Yep. Here.
Okay. Swimming forward,
Mm-hmm.
sword in hand.
Mm-hmm. Praying for good stuff here. Come on. Please. 16.
Oh, sorry. You're attacking with a slashing weapon. You have disadvantage. So your second attack there that you just made. Oh, that's damage roll. Go ahead and roll the attack roll again. Apologies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, slashing and bludgeoning weapons are not as good underwater.
About
Okay,
25.
So 16 will be the one that hits. 12 damage will be the damage that's dealt.
And we're going to go ahead and apply one of our divine smites.
Okay.
Hello.
That will work. You kill it outright.
Okay.
And you moved 5, 10, 15, and rounded up would be, yeah, that's fine. Okay. Your speed is done. Again, you don't have a swim speed. Anything
Yep.
else?
No.
Okay. Aria, you are up. If you have verbal components, I apologize. Milady, you are shit out of luck.
How can I get to not be underwater?
You have to bypass these guys.
Here. Or over here.
The
I
line,
can't see that.
the line is here.
I would have told you about it.
You see
Like,
these?
Okay.
You
here.
see these fish folk?
Yeah.
They're half in, half out of the water. So once you pass this line, you'll be kind of coming up to air.
So I would like you and everyone to know
Well, yes.
that all I literally fucking have is verbal components.
I'm aware.
So what I'm gonna do is I am going to. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna cast. No. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I wasn't prepared to be underwater. I'm so sorry.
Story of my life.
Mage armor has verbal. Okay, so I'm gonna use no. Where's the one where I run? Okay, I'm going to use my dash as a bonus action
How are you dashing as a bonus? Oh, aggressive. Okay, cool.
with my adrenaline rush,
Adrenaline rush. Sorry, they renamed it so it wasn't
so I
problematic.
can get here.
Mm-hmm.
That's my
Nice.
bonus.
Great.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yep. And you are
No,
out.
well, actually, I'm fatigued. So how many did I just move? Did I just move 30?
Yeah, hold on. Exhaustion. Conditions.
Yeah, my speed is reduced.
It is, but hold on. I'm going to see if that matters in the grand scheme of things. Exhaustion.
So if I move here, I
Hold
can
on.
make it.
Hold on. Because the math might be
It
good.
does. I looked it up.
The math might be good for you, though. Bear with me here for a second.
Oh,
Seriously.
okay.
Seriously.
Okay.
So, exhaustion specifically states. We're getting into the weeds a little bit here, but I think I have. So you gain exhaustion levels at the increment of 1. If you have 6, you're dead. Whenever you take a d20 test, you reduce the number by 2 times your exhaustion. Your speed is reduced by 5 times your exhaustion level, which means that you have a reduction to your speed of 5. Half of 25 rounded up is 15.
I
It's the
can't
same.
do math.
It's the same as
Okay.
30. So you can still move 30 if you dash.
Okay. I can move exactly 30 if I dash. So I use my
That's
move. I use my bonus. I now have an action.
Yep. And do you not gain temporary hit points for the adrenaline rush?
I gain 2 hit points, 2 temp hit points.
Put them in the green slot there. Cool.
I am going to use my my action to cast mage. No, I'm going to use my action.
If you want to say that you cast mage armor before you came down here, you can say that.
Are you okay with that?
I'm totally fine with that.
Okay. Then we'll do
I will give you more scrutiny moving forward, but this will be your reminder that to do that. I have to be a little cunty, I'm sorry.
John, you're supposed to serve it, not be.
I'm sorry. Sometimes you gotta serve yourself.
Okay, I'm going to use this.
Touch of fatigue. Okay. So until the start of the creature's next turn, its speed is halved. It has disability on the next ability check, attack roll, or saving throw it makes. Okay. So then this one is currently touch of fatigued. I'm going to go ahead and mark that with this. And at the end of its turn... Oh, until the start of your next turn. Cool. Okay, Arya, that's it for you?
Yeah.
Love that. So it goes to them. He will kind of look at the situation, and seeing Arya will cast a spell. He's going to cast Guiding Bolt. And he will hit
The guy that's in front of me?
this guy over here,
Oh, I did not see him.
the cleric. He hits. He'll do a total of 16 points of radiant damage to you in the back. And the next thing that attacks you has advantage, which will be the Kuo-toa next to you. And he'll hit. He will do 4 points of damage, and he will catch you in his pincer staff. Are you down?
No.
Okay, he'll catch you in his pincer staff. So you are grappled. The escape DC, it's similar to the Chul grapple guys. Escape DC is 15. The Kuo-toa can no longer use its pincer staff until you are removed from it.
And is pincer staff its only weapon?
Yeah.
Big dummy.
You then
And you did flatten, and you You did flatten his advantage
Yeah.
because of my spell.
Yes, exactly. So I hit a 15 on my lower of the 2 dice, which was the first dice. 15 still hit you with mage armor? Shija? Getting lag again.
Exactly.
I'm going to assume yes. So we're going to move on to the next beat. And then these two are going to swim behind you, Tormain. And this one's going to swim up to you, Hilda. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Yo.
I see the post there in the bottom. So, fish folk. Hilda, you do not have a swim speed, and it's attacking with a spear, which doesn't have any penalties in water, which means it has advantage on its attack against you, just like it did when it was beating you in your ass the whole time on the way up. And it will attack again, and it will miss, like several of them did in their efforts to murder you on the way up the pipe. These two will swing at Tormain. Miss. Oh god, just barely. 21 on the nose. Okay, that'll hit this one here. I think that's the first time one of these guys down here has hit Tormain, to be completely honest. It's going to do 5 points of damage, and just like Arya, you are grappled. You are not above the surface yet, so you are still underwater.
Mm-hmm.
A minute 30. What's your constitution modifier?
Stand by. For some reason, my sheet is very laggy.
Because we can get into
There
some
it is.
very...
+2.
Fuck, damn. Okay, so you still have a minute and 30 seconds.
Damn, he says. Man.
If it was 12, in
Of crap.
5 rounds you would start drowning.
Mhm.
Okay. And you hear a very loud metallic whinnying sound that, Termaine, you've heard before. The portcullis is being raised again.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay. Hilda, you're up.
I'm going to attack the one in front of me. Oh,
Yeah. Spear shots. It'll miss.
Try.
That'll work. That'll do it. That's right on the nose.
Okay.
Dead fish?
Now, am I able? My speed is 30, so can I just move 15 here?
Correct.
Okay, great.
And then
Can I-
shield.
Mm-hmm.
It'll have disadvantage, so roll it twice.
Oh, okay. Oh, 12.
Okay, 12 will still hit. Go ahead and give me the damage.
Nice.
As you kind of
Now-
you swim through the water with your spear, and you're just churning as the shield out in front of you just slam into them like Raiden from Mortal Kombat. Oh no! 5 damage is good. All right, Soul, you are up.
Gonna come around the corner and not have
Start blasting.
Yeah, that's a lot of fish, man.
Right here. This one.
It's leveled spell o'clock, I think. You can see up to Arya. Beyond that, it's kind of like murky because you're looking through water.
I'm assuming that a scorching ray doing fire damage would not work underwater. We're gonna say
It's magical fire. It would work. The initial burn
It
would
would
happen.
totally work.
Okay.
The effect of like fire lighting shit on fire wouldn't happen. But yeah, the fire damage it will initiate.
Magic.
Okay. Well, we are gonna start with a bonus action to activate innate sorcery.
Okay.
And then I am gonna fire a scorching ray, starting with the one at the front that has Arya grappled.
I thought you said Arya Crown.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it might, maybe.
Uh-huh. 11 will hit.
Nice.
Gonna do damage for that one.
Mm-hmm. It's not dead.
Alright, I will
Nice.
fire the next one at it.
Oh wait, sorry, hold on. You're attacking this one at the front of the line? So
Yeah, the one that
because the
has-
other fish are in the way, it has cover. That'll actually miss. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead with the second attack. That will hit. We'll do the 9 damage there because it's a pretty good roll. I don't want to cheat that away from you yet. Then go ahead for a third attack. That will hit because it has +2 to its AC of 11 because of the other fish in the way. So nailed it. 3 damage. That will kill it.
Yay.
If you haven't done the math yet, 12 hit points. 12 hit points. You were trying to figure it out. Soul Gun.
Point and 11 AC or 10 AC.
11 AC. Soul Done. Tormain up.
Yep, I'm going to swing at the one here that's got me grappled. And let's see if we could. 17 to hit for 6 damage. Still alive?
Did you swing with disadvantage?
Did I know? I'll make another attack. Hold on.
Because you're underwater still. So
Motherfucker.
go ahead and roll a d20.
Before we do that, what are the effects of having the water affinity again?
Yeah,
So-
what are the effects of the water affinity?
Great question. So the water affinity is in effect, but it doesn't have anything to do with combat. It's skills based.
Okay.
7.
Okay. So 7 means that you're going to chip the weapon again. So it'll go from fine to poor.
Oh, I love this. This is great.
Basically, as you kind of come at it and try to strike this fish folk, the blade hits that corner of the hallway, and you can see kind of like a spark underwater for a second as you realize like you've done it again, Termain.
I'm gonna need a new sword.
No, you just got to repair this one.
Oh.
All right, so Termain done. Arya up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Please ignore me clicking things.
No, it's fine.
Okay, I'm.
Kill this freaking thing.
I'm at 3 hit points.
Is that
So
including the 10?
yeah, no,
Oh,
I have
okay.
no temp.
Oh, 10's gone. Okay, got it. 'Cause I
Okay, so
smashed it.
I'm gonna. Oh, I think I have blast.
Just as a quick note, the portcullis sound that you heard came from here. So it sounds like something might
It's
be
more
coming.
fish are coming.
Correct.
Below.
I really don't want to get fucked by that damn priest.
That
There-
room, there's a room to the south.
Yeah, there's a little hallway here. It looks like a doorway.
Okay, I'm gonna expend 5 feet of movement.
Uh-huh.
Do I see any fish? No.
Not yet.
I'm going to
There are fish behind you that they're still fighting. And then there's
use
the
a
cleric.
leveled spell.
Okay.
I'm gonna hex the priest.
Who's next?
Athletics, or I'm sorry, strength.
Strength. Yep.
And then I'm going to fire off a. I'm not going to do an Eldritch Blast because my attack is really limited. So I'm just going to do a Mortal Coil. I need a
And this is on the
strength
priest.
saving throw. Yeah, on the priest.
Damage. And are you
5.
pulling him closer, right?
I'm pushing him away.
Oh, okay. All right.
And then I am moving here. That's my turn.
You'd hear at this point the portcullis drop very loudly and clangingly.
I'm sorry, I
Um,
forgot the hex damage. 3 more.
Okay. You'd hear the portcullis drop heavily and clangingly. Then the priest will look at the situation and move up and cast Cure Wounds on himself. Okay, he's back at full health. Hilda, the 2 that are kind of present there, I think they're going to turn on you because they have advantage on you Actually, no. One on Tormain, one on you. They both have advantage. And surprisingly, the opposite way I thought it was going to go. So Tormain, you will be hit for 4 points of damage, and you're once again grappled. Wait, I already
My
had you
second
grappled.
one?
I already had you
grap-
grappled. Yeah, I can't attack you. I can just apply damage. So take 4 damage. You're already grappled. I just auto damage the thing I have grappled. I need to mark you as such, though. Hold on. And then, yeah, I missed Hilda. So then, yeah, we just remain there. Okay. That's it for me. Hilda, you're up.
Killed this fucking thing.
Yeah.
Spear through it.
19.
Yep.
Oh, I have to hit it twice, right?
Oh, not with a spear. Only with the shield. The shield does bludgeoning damage.
Oh, that's right. That's
Spear soars through the water like a harpoon.
right. I forgot.
That'll kill it.
Okay.
Moving up to the
And
next
then-
one.
Yeah, I want to move. You.
Kind of floating around the body and hit. Still alive. And then bludgeon attack will require 2 attack rolls.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
that'll miss.
Okay.
Soul, you're up.
I guess we'll try Sorcerer's Burst.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. Damage. Crit damage. Oh, that's not great. But it was on the same one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's exactly enough.
That's painful.
Okay. It's a very large blast, but it only catches the fish like right on the front of its snoot, so it slams into the wall. What damage type was this?
I'm gonna say,
Acid. So like a beam of acid kind of fires out from Soul, and it's like a massive jet of it that kind of pierces right through just like the tip of the thing's nose, slams into the wall and leaves a scorch mark, but then it all kind of just fizzles in the water and bubbles for a second, then dissipates. But you'll see that the fish hitting the snoot is like reaching up trying to grab it as it's just bleeding, and then it just dies.
Get booped, bitch!
It was just enough a boop to kill the fish. Tremaine, you're up, and it looks like you're clear to move up because the pincer would be released from you.
So right here is where I'm halfway out of water.
You're halfway out of water. That's about 10 feet of movement to get there.
Okay, and then I'm gonna use my ring. What happened? I'm gone. Over top. Ring of jumping.
Yep. So
How
you can
far can I get?
jump your? You can jump up to the guy if you want to do so.
Yeah, I want to do that and smack him if I can.
Splash out of the water, flying forward with shield and sword, like 300.
Like
I
a dolphin.
critted.
Like 300.
Yeah.
12 crit damage, and we're gonna do another
Smite.
divine smite for 19 in total.
Okay.
Get rid of another divine smite.
And we did confirm extra damage is not dupled. Okay. Tormain done. Yep.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Arya, you're up.
I'm out of water. I'm in. Yeah, I'm all good, right?
Yeah.
For the most part, yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna pop my head out. I'm going to. Wow, sorry, I'm real laggy today. I don't know what the shit is going on.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, my everything's freezing. There's only one enemy, right? It's the
We
priest
could
The
see.
priest.
We could see.
Yeah.
that I
What you
can see.
heard was the portcullis go up, and then you heard it come back down. The last time you heard it go up, you did not hear it come back down, and a wave of fish folk came out and fought you.
All right. I'm going to. So he's got a. I'm gonna cast. Uh.
Uh.
I'll do panic attack.
Okay.
So that'll give. He needs to roll wisdom.
Yeah, he's saved. He's a cleric.
Oh my fucking Christ. Okay. That was my action,
Move back into the hole.
and I don't have a bonus. I'll move back.
Okay.
That's my turn.
It will go. Rather, he will go. And then he is going to, as a bonus action, cast Shield of Faith. And then his big old pincer staff that I mentioned he had before, he's going to slam it into Tormain twice. He will hit neither attack. Oh, sorry, he doesn't bite with the pincer attack twice. Rolls are still the same. He misses, but one was with the pincer, and the other was with a massive bite. Kind of tried to lance at you with his sharp, goofy-looking teeth.
Very
Okay.
teeth, yeah.
Hilda. Swimming up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Will get you to here and out. At that point, after you can move. If you want to take the dash action, you could. I'll also let you, if you want a bonus action jump, you could get next to Tormain. It's dramatic as fuck. I like it.
Yeah, definitely.
You guys are like dolphins.
Boing.
If I to do the two-handed spear, I could just drop my shield.
Yes, correct.
Okay, is it? And would I only be able to make one attack because I'm dropping my shield, or
No,
two?
you just won't be able to make a bonus action attack with your shield.
Got it. Okay, that's what I'm.
That'll miss.
19
That'll hit.
Six.
Yep. Wasn't as big a payoff as you were thinking it was going to be, was it? One-handed is fine, I swear to you. Also, your defense is lowered now.
Yeah.
Soul, you're up. I like it, though. It's dramatic. As you're flying through the air, the shield's kind of flipping out. You're grabbing the spear with two hands. For that first one, and it misses, kind of slamming against the ground. And then you kind of whip it up and smack him in the face with it. It's dope. What are we doing, Soul? You are fresh out of the
15
water.
Huh?
You are fresh out of the water.
All right, but it took all 15 of the movement.
Yes.
I probably have. Okay. So I can't see Arya, so I am gonna send 3 magic missiles at Fish Priest.
Full send. Go for it. All right.
13
pretty
total.
solid. That'll bloody him. Soul done. Tormain.
Yep. We're going to continue to do a thing. So we're going to swing our sword. 21 to hit.
Yeah.
For 7 damage, we're going to use our final Divine Smite for 14 radiant damage.
Okay.
21 in total.
So as you bring the blade, kind of shield up in defense and then bring the blade down onto his shoulder, the pop of the radiant green energy kind of throws him back and he falls to the ground. His strange spear drops to his side and you can hear kind of like a strange scratching sound as his belt, which has like a dagger and some other metal baubles on it, kind of slide across the stone floor. He looks dead. And in the aftermath of the fight, as everybody clears ground to kind of get onto dry land effectively, or breathable air is more important, what you'd come to notice is that where the sound came from, the portcullis, it is down. And it looks like it moves to a hallway that descends down deeper into the complex as a whole. The presumption is that they are taking a more defensive posture and solidifying their defenses deeper in this dungeon. Also, in the
Tormain,
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say, also in the immediate aftermath of the space, you can tell that the water seems to be flowing in from where you came from. So it seems like there's somewhere where the water is coming from the west, because it looks like it's flowing through this door quite heavily. Go ahead, Terming.
Yeah, so looking down at the dead priest, he would see the belt on the ground and the dagger, and intending to give the dagger to Hilda, he would pick up and grab it and pick it up.
The second that you pick up the dagger, your character's mind blanks. You do not know what is happening anymore.
Sounds like most days.
To everyone else, Tormain takes the dagger, lifts it up and looks at it, goes, huh. And then kind of just puts it onto his belt and like leaves it on the clasp. And then kind of picks up the bag that was on the creature's belt as well, looks into it, kind of curiously, looks back at the group and says, does anybody want any of this? And kind of holds it open, displaying in Soul's light a handful of gems. Seems like something Tormain would say. It doesn't seem off.
Yeah, that seems useful. Well, let's take that.
Yep. So you would see that inside there are garnets and amethysts that look like they're probably anywhere between like, yeah, they're all worth about 10 gold apiece. And there's about a dozen of them in there. So 12.
Would it seem weird that Termain said that he intended to give the dagger to Hilda, but he didn't give it to her?
Well, he didn't say that out loud. You said that to me as the DM.
Oh. Okay, yeah.
To them, it looked like you reached down, grabbed the dagger, pulled it off the belt, looked at it. To us, outside of it, we know that I have robbed you of your agency, and I rolled the dice behind the scenes so that we can explain away you're not being here next section. That's how cool DMs work. But for everyone else, he does not look like he's changed in any way.
Deeper in to try and find Ronnie?
Yes.
So if you inspect a bit, you would come to, you can't reply. You don't even know this is happening. So
he's screaming in his mind.
If you look around,
help! Let me out!
You will see that there are prison cells that are present here, but these look like they are bars, very simple, empty. Some of them look like they've been lived in, but they're all kind of empty. Also, there's a shelf on the northern side of the prison space that looks like it has a number of different things on it. The main thing being boxes of what appears to be unleavened bread that looks like it might serve as like prison ration, right? The other space that you kind of
really is a prison, not even apple fritters.
The other place that you look to, because there will be people in that prison, but with there being only a couple minutes left, I want to kind of focus on the southern side of the space. Tormain, since he's now my toy to play with, but not in a bad way. You'll see it's not as horrid as you expect. I am evil, but just because a person has family shit, I'm not going to make him a betrayer. That's not happening. But you move.
Don't make me break my oath.
Over to this space, Tormain, and kind of point at this door, and he says, "Hey guys, this door looks like kind of like the pillars from that last chamber. And if you come around the way, there are kind of gold-colored doors that do look like they have the same kind of design patterning as those pillars. The door looks like it's able to be unlocked on this side by simple like latch mechanism."
Do you think he's behind those? Hey, DM Tremaine, do you think she's behind those?
Maybe. They look familiar. Well, you're the wizard. Trying to do the best Andy impersonation I can do.
I don't know. You're not hot enough.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Thanks. Also, ouch. Fuck you.
No one is as hot as Andy.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
I guess that's fine. I can be runner-up, I suppose.
Yeah.
The 20 instead of a 23 on the Arcana check.
Sure, yeah. It very much looks like this is a keyed location, and it very much looks like it's a destination of a teleportation spell based on the patterning. Do you unlock the door?
Yeah.
Sure enough, on the other side, Ronnie, in her
What?
space wearing prisoner's garb and
Prisoners.
none of her items.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh god.
And that is where we'll end the session for tonight. I will start next session by explaining what happened to Ronnie, so that Elizabeth can tell you. Actually, I'll just tell her off screen so she can tell you in character. I think it's a bit more cool. But that's where we're going to end the session for tonight. As we kind of mentioned, it's holiday season. We expect people to kind of be missing, and we've had, some this and that. Elizabeth was trapped in a basement sewing tonight. Love her. She does a great, duty for her.
Really,
job.
she's LARPing what happened to her during her prison sentence. I
Yeah,
mean,
I'm just
Yeah.
gonna go. So they lock you in a basement, and they made you get their
he
outfits
made
ready.
that prison garb.
Make you make garments now, yes.
Andy has a
Yourself.
family function next Friday, so
Yeah.
he'll be out. Again, I promise you, I'm not going to make you a villain in your own right. The thing that is happening here is more a setup for something bigger. And I promise
You becoming
you,
an arch villain.
it will be interesting. I assure you. It will not be. I try to murder everyone with Tormain, which I mean for me is interesting.
And he comes back, and suddenly Tremaine's joined the coven.
I mean,
It's
you must
gonna-
think
it's gonna
something
be-
strange because Tremaine is not having some sort of a. You would think he would have a strong reaction to seeing his sister again.
Yeah, well, that hasn't happened yet because we just opened the doors, so
Okay.
that will happen.
Andy's going to
next
come
session.
back like that community gif where people are like swinging fire around and he's just carrying pizzas. Like, what
Yes.
happened here?
Mhm.
Again, what will happen will be very interesting, I assure you. And then watch the VOD back, Andy, because it
All right.
will be something like when it happens. But for everyone else, thanks for watching, those that did, and we will see you next Friday as we continue with Ronnie
Hooray.
and Tormain. Tormain? I think that might be the name of the session. Tormain question mark. We'll see you next time.
Bye.